bothered to deal with things like this. It's really annoying. You are acting like a bunch of niggers, just so you know. You act like white niggers. I mean, I'm just not in the mood to deal with this kind of disrespect. And I know it sounds like, oh my god, he's demanding respect. But yeah, to be honest with you, do you not think that, like, we should have a level of decorum and interpersonal interaction? Niggers. I mean, I'm not saying you're bullying. I'm willing to control it, but it's not like something I need to deal with if I don't want to have to deal with it. Upper class twat, dude. I'm not an upper class twat. I mean, I'm not. You guys understand that I am a person. And look, yeah, look, sorry, I'm thinking my best. Look, you carry on. You understand that I'm a white nigger. Maybe you're just acting like a nigger. You consider even white people act like niggers, white niggers, well, I haven't played the whole thing, so hello and welcome to our last live stream this year. Or year.
And here I was thinking I wouldn't be welcome because of how many N-bombs I dropped, but holy cow, the intro just beat my record in 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, by the way, here's...
We accept everyone. Except, what was it? I forgot what I said. What I had my Mussolini said in my old intro.
As a communist?
Yeah, commies.
Furries.
Of course, furries and tots or something like that.
Well, speaking of first, we're actually...
Is David Charette welcome on this stream?
Well, he's
stopped striking us.
Well, he's certainly not welcome back in his house.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, did he get thrown out? Awesome.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
He got burned by a Canadian. He should be ashamed.
He never learned Jordan Peterson's motto.
Clean your fucking room.
Exactly.
Well, since we mentioned this, let's actually maybe start with this story. It's not very noteworthy, except that please stop presenting the live stream on the live stream, because this is not the prettiest window effect. Sometimes it works, but because window capture by Hangouts is so laggy, it's like a couple FPS at max. So it's really not looking good. When I'm supposed to be like a PC master race, imagine what people would think if they see myself like in 2 FPS.
Wow. But we're gonna do introductions.
Oh yeah, let's introduce. Just because this is why today I'm later, because the derpiness is higher than usual. Oh, yeah,
higher than usual. Eesh.
Yeah,
the level of derpiness in Gleb's life right now is too damn high.
It's said that it kind of fizzled out because it was TV.
We saw how Shitlord prepared. We saw how he prepared for this. We all saw it.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's introduce in the order they're appearing on my screen. Darren.
Yo.
Dracopol, only $15.99.
It's a privilege to be anywhere.
Macho, playing space program again.
Yep. Hey there.
Striker.
Hey.
Salesman. Yeah, you see what I mean. Don't mind me. Mixing up words. I'll blame it on all the degeneracy we've been covering this year.
It's the big dong.
Yeah. Black Lord.
Good evening, friends and viewers of the stream. And I am your host, and a very derpy host today. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, let's start with this topic. Now, even though it's kind of minor, but since Shitrat has been such a big part of our talks, and also he's such an easy target.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that well, we've all heard this. How we've all seen those memes about Jordan Peterson and cleaning up the room. It was it's an easy. It was a memeable idea, but the thing is that there are people who should have probably listened and made some.
Jordan Peterson used a metaphor, but when talking about David, no, that's literal.
Well, you cannot. Well, I mean, if you want to get your life together, well, cleaning your room might be a good, good place to start. I'm not even a fan of Peterson, but in this case, yeah, he's.
Well, just it's a good start. You just having a clean room. That's the first thing. You just like clean your life. Well, clean your room first. That's a good start.
Yeah. So guess who? Well, you don't need to guess who because first of all, also I kind of hinted it really transparently by mentioning Shitrat. So yeah. Let's just see this. It's. I guess I'll present to everyone. And yeah, this is actually his mother's account. And I feel sorry for her because, having to deal with Shitrat, it's...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, let's see. So apparently, she was one night away and he managed to do this in one night's time. So let's see what the message, what the post says. Dogs not being let out, shit on my carpet, cats not fed, the clean kitchen I left is no more, and to top it off, the idiots left the hob on. Hob as in
the heat on the oven.
Oh, so he wanted to insert any joke about David Shred actually being a closeted Nazi, and
I don't know why she's talking about there. Does he have multiple rooms? Or is she talking about?
Apparently,
does he have a brother or sister?
Well, apparently he has, but I have no idea. I don't know much about.
My biggest problem is her saying theirs, as in, does she use gender neutral pronoun on her son?
Well, I don't know if it's still a son, even though.
Yeah, that's the thing. His mother has been known to mock her son quite often, well, at least on a few occasions.
That's place why he has issues with women. He has mommy issues.
Well, he has a lot of issues. By the way, speaking of gender, this has to be the cringiest thing I've seen in a while.
Frank Horrigan.
Oh,
Fallout
crap.
2. Really?
Huh? What?
Nothing.
But Fallout 2 is for free somewhere.
No. The Frank Horrigan thing. That's.
Oh.
He's the super mutant at the end.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
This is
not all face though.
What the fuck is this?
I think he kind of, outside of the green color, I think he has the Grinch look nailed down pretty well.
he has the green goblin look.
You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch.
I mean, let's see.
That is
There.
You'll be sorry, Mr. Sherratt.
He smoked a lot of Mylar tinsel, that's for sure.
Yeah, I see resemblance.
he even took out the who hash.
David.
God damn! You know when I saw the desk, I was a bit livid. Because let's be honest with ourselves, who the fuck leaves empty cans of soda in your desk?
Yeah, but why are there two? What are
Well,
those?
I do some, but I usually throw them away after after I'm done. But just the boots
only
on the
bring-
floor, it's just
Yeah, but look at those.
especially on carpet. Don't bring boots in there. It's fucking carpet.
Yeah, there's all boots are there. It's almost as if he wanted to make the most mass available. Like, just, seriously.
I
And-
seen fucking hoarders' houses that look cleaner than this.
Yeah.
He
Wait.
sits on the bed to compute.
Wait a minute. Is that a bottle of bleach?
Yeah,
What that red bag
that was
is?
my question, but no, everyone was talking over me in my own stream. Yeah, shame on you. You evil Nazis.
We're deplorable.
Yeah, you're infringing on my free speech.
Ah, yeah, the
On my
freeze.
freedom.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, but yeah, I wonder, those don't look like food bottles. They look more like either laundry detergent or some toilet cleaning supplies. But that couldn't be it, because that would require him to actually try to clean up something, which is obviously
Yeah, this unrealistic, but very autistic. There's gonna be a lot of jokes of this caliber tonight.
Okay, why the fuck did I get muted?
I didn't mute you.
it was
Yeah, you did. Japapoke muted you.
Oops! Did I press something wrong? Let's see.
You might have.
oopsie
I'm-
daisy.
Yeah, we
I see
no,
how
no,
it is.
you didn't know we're gonna mute all the beaners. That's a new Trump.
Well, I was just typing in a box. How could I have done anything? Oh well, must have hit control by mistake.
Yeah,
'Cause I
whatever.
control everything.
We're trying to
The
assert our
record
white
Sad,
supremacy
sad
here.
Peterson post.
Yeah, it's like. Oh, by the way, his mom actually is pretty.
It's just chaos.
His mom is really, really savage.
Yeah.
That's actually really
Lord God. That is a mom who hates her child.
Probably. Yeah, that's that one. It's just, yeah.
I'm more like parkour when I type. I don't have that much waste motion. It would get tiring. I'm really
I'm often just typing on one hand just because I'm too lazy.
Oh, I was preparing for you to say something else while you're typing with one hand.
Well, that too, but I wasn't
the
gonna
way-
mention. I wasn't gonna mention it before you did.
Well, that's exactly. By the way, remember this famous sound clip of Todd Howard saying "degenerates"? That was actually what he said. Todd told about was it like Skyrim port to mobile or some like new Elder Scrolls game for mobiles and tablets. The interface that you can play with one hand, and everyone started giggling and look at the degenerates.
Well, I always type with two hands because with my full days of gaming with really intense math games that involve math and alt-right groups and things, I'm hardly going to see a woman ever. So of course I use both hands.
That's weird. That's actually how I type sometimes. Let's see.
As by the way, yeah. Anyways, what was I trying to say? I'm trying to find other links because, guess what? Do you expect me to be prepared?
Of course not.
Anyways, yeah, this is.
We're not even gonna try to be nice and say yes.
If you had a
no.
polished show, George Soros would fund you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
George wants to be hardcore, but his mom will let him.
Also, speaking about all the jokes, she's actually on the joke because
Holy shit!
not being horrible about my prince/princess.
You were her Dave/Divina feeling. Oh my god.
Yeah, David wouldn't want to be a woman as he's too lazy to be one.
Oh,
Ah,
Damn.
God. The fact that she's posting like shit rat memes is so mean. Oh my God,
Yeah,
dude. How much of a
this
piece of shit you have to be for your mom to say shit like this about you in public?
By the way, yeah,
that's the biggest thing. Is just ooh, that's
Hey,
spicy.
we should get David's mom on this stream then.
That would be
That would
great.
be like an internet coup.
That would be
But-
great. We would tell her that we are his #1 fans.
But we're smaller than the small potatoes here. We're even less than Mitch. So what are you going to do? You know, we're not in the big leagues yet.
well, the big
Yet.
potato is Kevin Logan, like the biggest potato on YouTube.
Oh, but I thought we'd have more of a live audience because this is the week where everybody's still in their jammies. They're not going to dress up to go to the dance clubs or anything, and they're stuffed with turkey sandwiches, so they're slow moving and more likely to hang around their keyboard. So they're stuffed with leftover turkey sandwiches. That's all I'm eating.
That's so ironic.
That's a big funny.
Get fucked, shit rat.
Way to prophesize yourself there, David.
Oh, by the way, Quintica says that
Wow.
the account cannot be real, but it is real. Even Sharat,
This is
from it.
yeah. Just oh my God. I just realized. No, it has been confirmed. It's his mother.
I
She
love the
ran out
fact-
of jumbo-sized Winky wipes.
I don't want to know what that means.
Well, she
Uh,
said, "I washed your little Winky." You know, so did every whore in Birmingham, I think.
No. Even if David tried to hire a prostitute, she would friend zone him anyways. Come on, David.
Probably yeah.
Wow. Well, I'll be honest with you. His mother is fucking brutal.
Sad.
Look at this. You had there for a boy I watched with your little Winky when you were a baby. I stopped a few years ago and ran out of baby wipes. Haha, crying emoji. God, mommy.
Also, let me show the whole conversation in context. So, Twitter is loading. David wouldn't want to be one. He's too lazy to be one. David's favorite commie. Like she's actually, becoming a fucking tanky. Look, unironically. Yeah. Well, my mom also told me I was too lazy to be a woman. Well, didn't she actually regret transitioning? Liz, stop.
I'm not sure about
his
her.
friends are trolling him behind his back.
Lexi, please stop.
How will he recover
Lexi.
from that ass pounding?
I will always be triggered by the fact that she chose a name that she would be like a stripper name, like Lexi. You name your kid that, you are about 100% sure she would become a stripper.
Well, I think she chose the name herself after transitioning.
Well, that's just a shortened name. Like lots of southern U.S. people name their kids after battles that they lost. Lexington, whatever.
Because they're
Battle of
sour.
Battle of that. Let's move on to some real news. I don't know. Personalities.
One terrible meme before we stop.
Oh my God.
Why is Doge getting a resurgence, and why are those the newest Doge memes are so bad? Like, is it? I think they're supposed to be ironically bad, but still. And
I don't know why that was
a
ever
bit of
a thing,
boomer
because it
memes.
was never funny. It was always a
Estradiol.
boomer meme.
She's got a bottle of estradiol.
I'll be honest
I
with you.
mean, deep fried emoji memes are funnier than Doge.
oh, by the way, speaking of Doge, wanna see some quality cursed image?
Well, at least Doge memes are funnier than leftist memes.
Well, unless it's a
Leftist can't
Doge
meme.
meme. By the way, this is like not. Also, the meme doesn't make, at least to me, doesn't make much sense. I guess it was supposed to be ironically bad, but it's still a cursed image. Look at this fucking face.
What in the fuck? And talk about a cursed channel.
Douche walker? Why not Doge walker?
Yeah, that's a big missed opportunity.
Yeah, and Nostalgia Critic hasn't been good in like 5 years.
Well, I
at
think
least.
that's exactly why the purpose of the meme. So to cross over a dead meme with a kind of stagnating channel.
Yeah, but he at least has a very successful, like, because of his fan base who just doesn't care how much he sucks. There's a bunch of people in Neville leave.
Yeah, it's like the hardcore part, and well, he can still make a good living off them. So congrats to him. But I know it's kind of like looking at critically at the past. Was he ever that good to begin with? Because all the bad stuff about his modern reviews can be traced back to older times. All this screeching and all this unfunny.
The last time he was funny was a long time ago. It was when it was still just him filming with like a white wall behind him. Once the skit started, it was already over.
Well, I mean, it's even before the skits, the over the top yelling and this unbridled autism. That's not very new. He used to do it before, but maybe not as bad as it's gotten now. But still, I don't know. Now I kind of second guessing my previous self about thinking, was he ever that good to begin with? Because
he was. There was a point where he wasn't fucking awful, I guess is the point.
Yeah, well, but it's kind of maybe he wasn't like terrible at the beginning, but I don't think he was that great. It was just nah.
Well, he was always normie level shit, but I mean, like, he wasn't unbearable.
The more you look at this picture, the more it gets worse.
Yeah, it's like the best cursed image is the one where it's creeping on you.
But basically, any time where he's sitting next to Linkara, just sharing his honest opinion about shit, you're just like, oh my fucking god, are you fucking kidding me?
Not really. Not sure.
Any of the Walker Bros reviews, or whatever the fuck they're called, or
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck
one where they just talk and those things. I mean, where we just talk about movies without any script, just
It's sort of like anytime Angry Joe just sits down with his friends and talks about a movie instead of actually doing an angry review, and you're like, Jesus Christ, Joe Vargas, you are fucking human cancer.
Yeah, it's like again, I don't watch him, but I guess at least his scripted videos are at least decent. I guess I don't know, maybe.
Well, I like Angry Joe when he's just screaming about like corruption in the gaming industry. Then anybody can handle that. That's hilarious. When he's just angry, but like when he's like trying to act like he has a nuanced opinion about anything, it's like no, not really.
No, you don't.
The fact I had to share the same ethnicity as that fucking jackass is terrifying. Because Joe Vargas is a Puerto Rican.
Out there than Joe. Is Joe Puerto Rican? I thought he was Mexican.
No, he's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Makes sense.
Yeah, apparently we're incredibly annoying. Which is a curse. I mean, god damn it, man.
You said it, not me.
Whatever, man. But yeah. Angry Joe, or as I like to call him, Ass Hurt Alejandro, well, he's a fucking asshole. Well, I have not.
Pablo?
Yeah. Ass blasted Andrew.
That's the alliteration, like shit rat Sherrod.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, those two should get together. I heard that Joe has a thing for Davina.
Really?
Joe? Joe? Shit rat?
Nah, I wish.
But I could imagine shit rat and fucking
David Wish
sitting down to talk about Steven Universe or some shit like that.
Oh, jeez.
Because I'm pretty sure that was right around the time where I went like, I'm never watching anything off of Channel Awesome again, is when he developed an entire series just talking about Steven Universe, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude, he seriously he's covered like every single episode of Steven Universe with Linkara, just like sitting down and talking about each episode for like a half an hour. It's fucking the worst thing in the world.
That does sound like the embodiment of internet cancer.
Yeah, well,
because it is.
It sounds so suspiciously like something mysterious Mr. Enter would do, which, yeah, it's kind of of the internet.
No, please don't mention that motherfucker's name again. Ugh.
There was a
Mr.
period
Ed-
of time at which I liked his stuff too, when he was just talking about like absolute trash fire shit from the early '90s. That was funny. But then he started like getting all like, I'm going to tell you about my personal life and how Aspergery I am, and I'm like, why don't you not do that?
Yeah, then I think about it, his autism levels are really off the charts. They're out there with
And like anytime you ever
It's
see like an
over
adult,
it's over 9,000.
and like anytime when he was like reviewing a cartoon and like an adult deals like some harsh punishment or like gives some stern talking to a kid, he gets all like butthurt and going like, this is just awful parenting. I'm like, I don't think you know what good parenting is, Mr. Enter. You should probably shut up now.
Oh, Jesus. He also gets so emotionally invested in children's cartoons and screams that he was really yells about. Didn't he make the entire episode where he yells at Patrick from SpongeBob about how
Yeah.
like, you're so emotionally invested in stupid shit. Like, it's I guess I know that I said before that just because something is meant for children doesn't mean it should be like complete bullshit. But still,
Well,
realizing
it's all about appropriate response, and like that guy responds relatively inappropriately and emotionally and shit he really shouldn't. Like, there's a difference between like, oh, I have contempt and disdain for this show because it's stupid, and like, oh, this is so immoral and irresponsible. I'm like, it's a fucking dumbass cartoon about dumbass characters. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Are they gonna fucking be all erudite and smart and teach kids good life lessons? No, they're gonna stupid humor for stupid kids. Like, that's SpongeBob. Like, you're having irrational expectations from this cartoon, you retard.
Yeah.
It's just like I could never understand people who get sad over like certain movies or cartoons.
Like, I'm gonna learn how to be a healthy person from watching Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy or something. Like, that's not the point, fucker. It's a dumbass cartoon.
Speaking of Ren and Stimpy, I would say that it's probably I don't think it's a children's show. I mean,
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it ever really was. No,
Yeah,
it's pretty horrible.
No.
It's like those dumbass thinking that's like, oh yeah, those bad other bad children were bad because they watched South Park. It's like, it's not a show for kids. Yeah, but they're still watching it.
Yeah, well, just because.
Well, that's not Comedy Central's problem. That's your parents' problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's saying, well, just because porn isn't meant for children, but children will watch porn, yeah, so it's not the porn's fault, right? Like, oh, well, whiskey is not meant for children. Well, I saw some kid is drinking whiskey. Well, just because some do it doesn't mean it's not meant. Like, you cannot prevent this. It's like those websites where I agree, only if you are older than like 18 you can.
And besides, if a kid is an asshole after watching South Park, it's mostly because they're missing the fucking point of the show.
Yeah, again. Also, the thing is that parents are supposed to supervise what entertainment their children consume before that.
It's not even PG. It's fucking R.
Yeah.
TVMA. I mean, yeah, I was not supposed to watch South Park when I was a kid. Did anyway. I turned out all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always debatable.
Well, compared to again, I wanted to say
compared to many people, yeah.
If we're comparing, people to Shitright and say, well, those people turned out fine compared to Shitright. It's setting the bar too low from the get go.
Yeah.
It was, and anyways, like, I think maybe it's enough about Shitright for a bit. Let's get to some more important stuff. Again, Shitright stuff is not important, but it's funny. But there's
Oh no, that was fucking hilarious. I loved seeing his mom diss him.
So
I think you should be your own man by age 35 or so. Get out of your mom's house. How old is he?
Like 21.
Oh, okay. Well,
he was 18 like what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh well, then forget it.
Yeah, he's about my age.
Yeah, I think he's like Well, Macho, you're like 20.
21.
Okay, yeah.
21. I'm gonna turn 22 in April.
I'm becoming a cranky old man now. Get off my lawn. I'm going for my belt.
Yeah,
Stop smoking that stuff.
I knew he was a couple years younger than me because I'm 25. So
yeah.
But that's the thing about him here. He used to flaunt his age as an argument. Remember when he and Sargon had a big spat, and he made sure to tell, well, see this old man sicking his entire audience onto this 19-year-old kid. Well, you're old enough to be conscripted.
You're old enough to be conscripted. You're old enough to go to jail if you fuck up bad enough. So yeah.
So I'd say, David, it would look bad if you were like 15 or 14. But guess what? You're 19. You're fair game now.
Yeah.
I never believed that like anybody should be like fair game or not fair game based on their age. Maybe like you should, keep the gloves on for kids and shit, but I don't think like anybody on the internet should not be like aware that like you put yourself out there and you're subject to all the positives and negatives. You can get all this attention that you would love to have, and you can get all this negative attention you're afraid of. And to be a public person on the internet and show your face and be an arrogant douche about it as that, you get everything that's coming to you. I never ever felt sorry for anybody for any kind of whatever the fuck happened to them online. I only care if like you're contacting employers, harassing family members. That kind of shit is fucking not cool, and anybody who does that is bullshit. But like, just because, like 10,000 people told you to shut the fuck up and that your opinion is worthless, that's not harassment. That's you putting yourself out there and the internet saying, no, you may now fuck off. And I don't care if you're 10 years old. I don't think like parents should really do their best. I know it's fucking near impossible. You should really do your best to watch what 10-year-olds are doing on the fucking internet because it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, and
the internet is
want to have it both ways. Well, on one point, one side he wants to be treated seriously as an adult, and then when he gets backlash, I'm just a kid on the internet.
Yeah, that's what teenagers fucking love to do, unfortunately, especially spoiled brats like him. Sounds like he's getting some tough love now. If he's getting kicked out of the house at 19, it's probably fucking terrifying. He's going to be pretty upset for a while. And pay close attention to his Twitter feed. It's probably going to be hilarious. Did that just happen this week?
Well, yeah, it happened like the day after Christmas, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, how much of a giant faggot do you have to be to get kicked out of the house the day after Christmas?
He wasn't kicked out yet, but his mom, threatened to do this.
Even if she was kidding, to say that knowing that your son has like all these people who fucking like are scrutinizing and she just constantly trashes on him, she can't. I mean, I don't want to just go out and say that a mother doesn't love their kid, but Jesus.
Well, I guess she had to endure a lot. So
she yeeted him out.
Yeah, this is why I'm assuming that he's very bad to his mom, because like unless his mom is just as much of a sociopath as he is, fucking you have to do something to provoke this kind of just brutal brutality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking about, again, it's a bad segue into the next topic, but since you mentioned brutality unprovoked, let me find this clip. Yeah, but you probably know what it's about. It's about the vape shop.
This fucking
you should show the pic I shared. People call him now the vape Nazi.
Oh, shit.
Like the soup Nazi from Seinfeld.
No vape for you. You come back 1 year.
No vape for you.
So okay, let me screen capture this. You've probably all seen this, but if you haven't, this guy went to a vape shop to buy what is called e-liquid, stupid fucking name, for his wife, like a strawberry flavored vape juice.
That's somewhat better than vape juice, which is the other word for it, which is just all cringe all day.
Vape juice.
You know what I call that shit? I call that shit a Subaru fuel, because that's apparently what Subaru cars run on.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a joke regarding Subaru owners being how should I say this? Yeah. and they all vape. So.
Oh, okay. So now I get it. Because I thought, at first I thought you were like literal, because I've been watching a channel about this guy putting weird shit into a combustion engine and seeing if it will run on it. So I thought, well, maybe someone tried to use this e-liquid, which obviously wouldn't work, because it first of all, it doesn't. I don't think
it's got a vegetable glycerin in it. I don't know if that works anywhere near like used cooked vegetable oil can kind of work in diesel engines.
This liquid is like glycerol with water, and it has enough water not to be flammable, because you wouldn't want this to combust in the what is called the e-cigarette, as it actually uses.
Yeah, the way they work is electrical coils that get very hot that go through cotton that soaks up the liquid. So yeah, you would absolutely not want this shit to be combustible at all.
And actually, funny thing is that it works exactly like industrial smoke machines they use in discos and in some other applications. It's
pretty much.
They have glycerol mixed with water. Well, first of all, glycerol, even pure glycerol, wouldn't. I don't think it's easily combustible.
It's vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol are the main non-active ingredients in vape juice. I know that because I vape.
They don't combust. Actually, they not even that volatile, because
no, you can pretty much eat it. It's not toxic except for the nicotine oil part. You wouldn't want to eat it.
Related to ethylene glycol, which was used, maybe still used as antifreeze, and it's one of the reasons it's used because it's stable. If it heats up, it doesn't evaporate quickly, and it doesn't burst into flames, because you wouldn't want that for cooling your engine, right? So yeah, it's non-combustible. Anyways, well, let's watch the video, as we are straying away from topic, and I'm the one who is in the vanguard.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was going to run down and get a drink while you were talking, but I wasn't sure when you'd be done before you started the video.
Yeah, well, the video is kind of quick. I was talking for longer than the video itself. Let's watch it.
Here we are at Exhale Vapor City in Tucker, Georgia, and I've just been asked to leave the store. He greeted me. That was nice. I did find the item that I wanted, and the next thing he said was that he'd like me to leave.
If you do not stop recording in my store, I'm going to call the police and ask you to leave now.
Please call the
his fucking store. Apparently, it's his store now.
Yeah. I'm looking at these two people, and I can't tell who the bad guy is in this. I think this is douche versus douche.
Oh wait, you'll see soon. The best part is,
because as soon as I saw the guy behind the counter, I'm assuming. At first, I was assuming that this fucking douchebag was the bad guy. Then I see the guy behind the counter, and I'm going, I'm not sure anymore.
Oh,
of course it is. The guy behind the counter is a ginger who looks like a ginger hipster. It doesn't get more fucking sinister than that.
Probably neck beard. The ginger hipster with a neck beard.
Does this guy have a MAGA hat? He has a black MAGA hat on, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, so it's the guy behind the fucking counter being a faggot.
Yep.
You'll see. It's going to be hilarious.
He also has a big Trump shirt on.
Fox 5 and all sorts of stuff. I would like to purchase something here. Please do call your boss, because I will be calling corporate.
Go for it.
I am looking forward to releasing this video, because I just want to purchase something.
Fuck off, dude! Fuck off! Get the fuck off in here, man!
Oh, and he's violent? Yeah, somebody lost their job today. All he had to do was act cool, and everybody would have thought Mr. MAGA was the bad guy, and then he spurg rages. Oh, what a mistake.
But wait,
idiot.
It's getting better.
I'm so excited. Look at the black guy just standing there like, what the fuck is going on? Rewind it 10 seconds. I got to see the spurg rage again. Rewind.
The guy saying, I'll leave the plantation for this.
Yeah, go back 10 seconds. I need to get to the start of the spurg rage.
The black man,
this would be
the black man not sure who his friend is no more.
I have to say,
no longer sure.
If I was black, saying all that bullshit, I would that would be my catchphrase. It just I leave the plantation for this.
Honestly, yeah, why people tripping? What the fuck is going on, man?
Everybody take your screenshots, because this guy is the human troll face. How magnificent.
Screenshot taken.
Problem?
Great smug expression. It reminds me of Smug Wendy from the memes. Remember?
Yeah. You know, it's funny. He looks a lot like Vanilla Ice when he got red pilled. Straight up, he looks like Rob Van Winkle, except he's red pill as fuck. All right, play it.
Let's continue.
I'm looking forward to releasing this video because I just want to purchase something.
Fuck off, dude! Fuck off! Get the fuck off in here, man! Fuck, man!
Ooh.
I fucking can't stand your racist motherfuckers.
Racist?
Yeah. Right.
I'm not a racist.
Right, I got a fucker in my store. He won't leave.
Man, what the fuck is up with this blind ginger motherfucker tripping like a... Damn, man.
Sell him his fucking this vape juice.
Is that what the black guy said? I couldn't hear him. He said just sell him his vape juice and let him leave.
The best part is that, even at least, NPCs in the memes, they say Orange Man bad while being calm and collected. This guy just went over.
Yeah.
He'll go full re later in the video.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
It's not the best part. Like, the
Glorious.
best part is to come.
I'm not serving anyone that has to do with that fucker.
I'm
He's
so-
a treasonous asshole.
I don't have
I'm
a
not
problem with
serving
you, sir,
anyone.
whatsoever.
Call the cops and
I don't-
have to leave.
I just want good health care for my kids. I don't have a problem with the color of your skin or yours. I'd like to purchase some of this vape juice, though, if that would be all right. All right, see, because... Okay, here's where we're at.
Leave the store.
Here's where you're at.
Leave the store.
Here's
Leave
where-
the store.
here's where we're at,
Leave the
dude.
store. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck. Get out.
Dude, go ahead, take another swing at it. Make contact with me one more time. I'm going to make a deal with you. I want to purchase that vape juice.
No.
If you sell it to me, I will.
No.
If you sell it to me...
Get out of my board!
Link to this. Please post a link to this in the Discord. I need this.
Oh my god, if that guy was if the ginger was bald, we could easily just have edited Shrek yelling, "Get out of my swamp!"
This is like horrible 50s discrimination where they ban people from the store for what they are, who are, Trumpites. Whatever you call it.
Just remember, audience, that we're supposed to believe that the guy behind the counter is the good guy. This is our hero, and the person calmly asking to make a purchase and not be discriminated against is your evil villain.
That's how Vox will spin it. Evil, sinister people walking up and daring to buy things.
Well, how he's reacting right now is like a friggin', I don't know, like a autistic 4-year-old being told, "Hey, eat your vegetables." No.
Well, according to the progressives, they have to bake the cake, and this guy has to sell the vape juice. I'm pretty sure that's the progressive opinion, right? Sell the juice. Sell the juice.
I also wanted to use this bake the cake bigot. Right now, if they, at least if they were consistent, they would be on this guy's side. But you know how consistent leftists are these days.
Oh no, just the most consistent party there is. The most consistent.
They make the
variety.
rules
So
and then
very
they define
consistent.
it the way they want. That's what leftists are. They don't want to make. They talk about rules for fairness, but then they reinterpret it so that it's not fair for the mainstream Trump voter.
Yeah, rules for me, not for thee.
Also, Glebs, you posted that link in our Discord chat, and Darren's not in that.
Well, I sent him it separately.
Okay.
You need a title. I wonder what the title of this video is. The guy's hope of being employed.
Wait a minute.
goes up in smoke.
There's a special show chat that I don't have access to. When was this?
Well, it's like a group chat on Discord, but there's like a 10 people limit, so I cannot add more people there.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever. I don't want to be in your gay chat, anyways.
I send the links. Oh, by the way, let me put the link in the the viewer chat. So
I was saying that guy at the counter, his career has gone up in smoke.
Yeah,
Literally.
I really don't know how that guy's not going to be fired, because I mean he
fired.
could even yell a little bit, but the fact that he reached out to try to touch the customer, I don't think there's anybody, dude. Even if his boss is just like some hipster faggot just like him, he'll still get fired because he can't put hands on people unprovoked.
he got fired. Spoiler alert.
I'm glad
Yeah,
to hear it.
because if he wanted to, this guy probably could have sued the store, and then that's a no. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter how badly you hate Trump. That's never gonna fly.
Yeah, and the store would have been liable for this too. So that was
Well, you remember
major-
the Trump derangement, you know, and leftist derangement, like the guy who spun kick a woman. It'll provoke them to do anything. They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're just nuts.
This is one of the worst cases of Trump derangement syndrome I've ever seen.
Who's playing this?
Yeah, who's playing the music?
Not me.
Some kind of cucaracha music for sure.
Alexa, this is so sad. Play Despacito. Yeah.
Oh, it's just some jackass passing by in a jeep with like a bunch of speakers, man. Never mind that.
Because
we all know
I
that
want
feel.
my 8,000 watt sound system in my little car.
No, a straight up jeep, like a full blown jeep YJ with a fucking with the fucking third row with nothing but speakers. This shit is insane. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, let's continue.
I would feel comfortable driving in a car that had less than 4 woofers.
And I can't stay long, so I'm hoping to make sure I at least am to the end of this segment because this is gold.
Yeah.
It's
Call the police. What you did was assaulted me. What I need is that for my wife. If you sell it to me, I won't call the fucking cops and press charges on you for assault. I won't call corporate and get you fired. Just sell me the fucking product so I can leave.
What do you want?
Naked in the strawberry in a fucking 6 milligram.
Where do you see naked?
Right here. This shit. Where is it?
Dude, that's like the most common juice in the world. I'm vaping that right now. He doesn't know what naked juice is. Like
Yeah,
that's everywhere. That's like the McDonald's of vape juice.
This would be also a stripper just saying, "What do you want? Naked."
I just have a feeling that guy hasn't been working there very long.
Probably not.
And he's not made for service. Just saying. Jesus.
It really
fuck.
isn't that hard to run one of these stores. It's you got to know something about this shit to run it well, but it doesn't take much to just run the register.
Girls, don't date a guy who can't find your naked strawberry.
oh shit. Anyways, let's continue.
In a 6 milligram, make sure it's a 6 milligram so I don't have to come back.
No, you're not fucking coming back to my store, homie. I'm making sure of that. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh my fuck.
God bless America. Capitalism wins again.
Fuck your capitalism.
Dude,
Fuck.
this guy is so boss. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh.
Oh, the smug face? Let's push it again.
Fuck out of here, dude. Oh my
I
fuck.
got a man crush right now.
God bless America.
Let's find first.
I wouldn't be able to do all those quick quips. I'd just be rolling on the floor.
I should wear a MAGA cap and a T-shirt that says "Bake my cake."
Yeah.
I don't understand why none of these
Sell
liberals
me,
don't know
baby.
that this is easy bait. People wear this just so that you'll freak the fuck out like that.
Exactly.
Like all you have to do is you can like give them a little disapproving look, but like if you don't say anything, it's like not feeding the troll. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Well, again, the people, depending on, if smart people would probably know this, but do you think these SJWs are smart or mentally, sane? Or...
No, you have to be pretty fucked up in the head to be an SJW.
Yeah, well, that explains their behavior.
Wins again.
Fuck your capitalism. Fuck your fucking president. He's a racist, stupid piece of shit. You're
Whatever,
a racist,
just ring the shit up.
stupid piece of shit.
Just ring the shit up, fuck.
Fuck off.
This guy's so easy.
Man, fuck, get out.
Sell
Call
it
the
to
cops.
me. No,
Call the
no,
cops.
no.
No.
Sell it
Call
to
the
me.
cops.
Sell it to me,
Fuck
punk.
off. Call the cops.
It's your job, your freedom. Sell me the shit.
Fuck it, you can be.
No. Sell it to me.
No.
Sell it to me.
Fuck off.
Come on. Bring it up. Bring it
Bake
up.
the cake,
Don't
bitch.
ruin your life. That's where you're at right now. Because you done upset me. And you should have helped him first in the first place before you threw a temper tantrum, dipshit. He's
Now who's the racist?
help your customer.
Fuck off.
That guy is fucking saturating the microphone from like 10 feet away.
Yeah, go back. We gotta hear that again.
Yeah, God, I need a repeat, dude, all the way through.
I lowered the volume a bit because it's a bit too loud. So let's listen, but not at full volume.
Oh no! Don't ruin the wonderful ear rape.
Fucking get out! Help your customer!
Fuck off! Fuck off!
No wait for you.
Wow,
There, that was his re moment.
that was a real re too. He fucking peaked his fucking vocal cords.
Be here all day. Get out.
I'm cool with it. I'm recording. You got a business card for your manager or anything
Fuck
like
no.
that?
I'm giving you fucking dick.
Oh man,
I'm giving you dick. You
this is phenomenal. Look, God
Okay,
bless
the video, the audio still the video stopped. So well, only the audio.
I love you, sir. I don't even know.
He just made this guy's day. He's like, I'm about to be Instagram famous, motherfucker. Thank you so much.
Thing home to my wife. You know, this got nothing to do with skin color.
I'm not selling
This has
you.
nothing to do with skin color. Okay, I like having a little bit more money in my paycheck. I like paying less for my kids' health care. I got nothing to do with skin color, bro.
I'm not selling you dick. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta go through this, man.
Wow, man. God bless you. Hey, check it out.
I think it's I think the black guy is saying,
The black guy's like, I'm on your side, bro.
Video froze.
Maybe the black guy didn't vote for Trump, but he's definitely not voting for fucking Hillary.
Hillary. Exactly.
"Oh, this is fucking glorious."
Yeah.
Here, give us the link to this miracle.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, he's still your president. Go fuck yourself. Oh, that's a good one.
Give us the link to this miraculous video here.
Oh, here,
It's in the chat.
here it is. Yeah. So, by the way, let's see. Oh, there are some memes about this already. One moment. So
That
this,
absolutely made my day.
no vape for you.
But
It's always no way for you.
instead of no vape for you, it should just say "fuck off, Ree."
Oh, there's this Virgin Chad meme already.
Of course. Well, of course. There's this. Of course, there's gonna be a Virgin versus Chad.
I love how they increased the weight of the Virgin specifically for the fucking cashier.
Yeah.
Ass is fat and full of soy.
Ovulates around blacks.
Oh yeah, that one. Well, I certainly didn't in front of this one.
This is phenomenal.
Strawberry vapor for his wife. We'll make a deal with you. God bless America. This is phenomenal. Capitalism wins again. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, magnificent. Oh, that made me so happy.
Yeah, that was fucking glorious.
And all these days of just bad, depressing news, sometimes you just need a good LOL.
Guess who's hired?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. He got fired. Yes.
Of course. I'd be very worried if he didn't. Not because of his politics, just because of his awful, god awful.
Oh, they're probably all regressives running that joint, but you can't not fire a guy when he tries to slap the customer. There's never gonna be okay.
It's not even. It's just for the yelling. I'd be firing him on the.
Oh
on the fucking
yeah,
spot.
and even if the guy just said fuck off and tried to refuse him service, he might have kept his job, even though he's not supposed to do that shit. But the fact that he screams bloody murder and gets violent.
Leftist friends will give him free dope for a year, but no money, no cash, because they don't have any.
This wasn't very cash money. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
this guy will be unemployed for a while. Yeah, well, should we name
Bet you
it?
the replies to
They should
Thread are
name
pretty
him.
good.
They should name this guy. Find out who he is.
Well, I think one of the suggested names was Super Soyan.
Yeah, super soyant.
Let me find this actually.
Yeah, all you have to do is scream and your power level will go up. So I think that's how it works. The more he screams, the more his soy goes up.
I found this meme. Let me switch to.
I think we've discovered the Super Saiyan Purple transformation. Yeah.
No, that's Super Saiyan Orange. Oh yeah, Macho Man Tranny Savage. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I don't know what
Oh
this-
yeah, that's the
Oh
next.
yeah, you dare call me sir?
Great.
Say sir again. I dare you. I double dare you. Say sir one more goddamn time.
I
But
haven't seen that.
I'm sorry, but while being threatened, like, oh my god, I just realized.
Mhm.
I will be looking for a clip. You will show this clip. Well, depend. Will you be talking about the quote unquote woman that got triggered because she got called sir?
Well,
Even though she doesn't even sound like she smoked like 12 packs of cigarettes. She sounds like a pack of cigarettes.
I would have just told him, I'm sorry, ma'am. I just assumed you're a transvestite. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't the tranny know that it will lose its ability to play video games when it transitions? Doesn't it know that?
Let's see.
I don't think the ability to play video games like comes necessarily with the Y chromosome or polygon wouldn't.
What's the name
have all these
already?
problems.
I forgot the name of the game where you're stuck in a mall with zombies.
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
Single game that rips off Living Dead. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those. Like half of early access games are like first-person zombie shooters, where you are in, and half of them include them all because Living Dead.
Steam greenlight the game. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, are we talking about the lady? Because I just found that clip. You can play it.
Yeah, I'll just I need to grab a coffee and be right back real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink as well. I'll be right back.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, I'll be right back. So, just entertain the viewers while I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yourselves.
I wonder. Can you guys see my
Now it's the
PSP
secret. Now it's the secret show within a show. So this is where we've bored all the YouTube censors to death, so they clicked off, and now we have the orders. These are your instructions.
Yeah,
Here
you
it
should have
comes.
Gleb pin your screen if you're going to try to show something.
But yeah. Still, but yeah, can you see what I'm showing or not? Can you see the spaceship?
It appears to be a black screen.
All right, hold on. I'll be switching my. There it is.
Lo and behold,
Kerbal.
it was in fact an SUV with a wall full of speakers. Holy shit!
So, what do you think of my new cargo ship?
Oh my!
I think I saw a porno with that in at one time. The tentacle dildo, right?
So yeah, in a vacuum, apparently it has almost 4,000 meters per second of delta V. So,
and ribbed for her pleasure.
How much trust does it have?
How much what?
Trust.
Trust. Let's see. Trust. Okay, 57 tons. I don't know if I can know that directly.
All right, I have returned.
Detailed stage information. Trust. Come on.
All it takes is 3 people to leave, and we're talking about KSP again.
Yeah.
Oh.
For fuck's sake, where? I have no fucking idea how to use that. There it is.
The best thing to do is just to put a bunch of extending solar panels on it and then send it down to the runway and see what happens.
I don't know a trust to weight ratio how good 0.32 is.
And if your cargo is not exactly centered, if it's on the bottom, if it's on the floor of the hull, and you got 2 jets on top, that thing's going to be unbalanced. It's going to take a dirt nap.
Well, look, there's one on the bottom. It's well,
Still.
Look, it's almost the thrust vector and the weight is almost centered without trying.
That has thrust issues.
The engines have gimbal, so it can save me a bit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I docking port here, cargo bay here, and on the sides.
How come no landing gear?
It's supposed to stay in space.
Just
I ca-
hovers.
Forever.
No. It's gonna stay in orbit. And that shit on Kerbin. Let's see, sea level. I have only 954 meters per second. So, and a thrust to weight ratio that is absolute garbage because those engines are not made to be at sea level.
In any case, I gotta go. I just dipped out of a
Alright.
football party for a little bit for this, but I couldn't stay long. I was glad for what I did stay for. Maybe I'll catch
Yeah,
up with you guys
that was a great
later.
video.
All
If you're
right.
still running like 5 hours later, it could happen.
Hey.
Mm.
Have a nice time, will you?
Yep.
And no hard feelings, by the way.
Of course not, faggot.
Hey, feelings mutual. Oh God.
Okay, what did I miss?
Darren left, but I'm back with my drink, and I'm sure you're back with your coffee. So why don't we proceed to the next topic then?
Well, we can take a look at that video.
Yeah.
Resident Fascist Dictator posted. So it says Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
Weren't you promising to show the video where this, some, training that sounded like a pack of cigarettes, no?
Yeah. But it's somewhat linked. That's what the quote unquote lady made me think of.
Well, do you have the link to the original video so we can compare? Because I haven't actually seen this.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I'll be. I need to find it. It's not gonna be long.
After we show the stuff from Macho, we should check out that thing about the women's rally being canceled because all the protesters were white.
There it is. Transgender. The transgender GameStop. Jesus Christ!
Holy shit!
There we go.
We're in for a twofer, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
Creature double feature tonight on the Anti-SJW Ultradegeneracy.
Let's watch it.
GameStop, hard to the players.
All right, let's see what this is about.
You're gonna give me my fucking money back. Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Wow.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize.
Well, this is worse than what Christian did in GameStop.
Yeah, and just take it outside. Yeah, that's ladylike.
That's how a lady speaks. Yeah, dude, let's talk man to man.
But yeah, then now play the other Dead Rising video.
All right, so this is.
This is what I thought.
That's what I'm talking about. God, you are incredible, Jerry.
Excuse me, Jerry. It's not safe here. Hey, mister.
What did you say?
I am Jerry with 2 eyes. I'm about to take home my long-deserved.
Jerry with 2 eyes, man. It makes no sense. So he didn't spell it letter by letter. So
Yeah, but people think that Jerry is only a guy's name, so with a Y.
Don't you dare to misgender me, bigot.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's not because she's transgender. It's just that she's a very muscular woman.
Well, you don't know that.
No. It's well, I don't think you. No, she's just probably roided up.
Well, I mean, given that previous clip, well, who knows? Maybe this.
This one, yes. No, the transgender.
Well,
It's
maybe
pretty
it's,
obvious.
Maybe it's a swole tranny. Who knows?
Motherfucking road rage is a hell of a thing.
But yeah, I just thought of Jerry. It's like, holy shit! It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Except Jerry can actually kick your ass.
You want to know something interesting? Jerry was named after Chris Jericho, who died from road rage. No, well, it was supposed to be a joke, but goddamn, man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
happened. Cursed video from GameStop. Oh, it still goes on. Let's see.
Several times in the store. I need your corporate number now. Get it for me now. I'm gonna ask you to calm down and stop cussing. Give me your corporate number.
Well, again, it reminds me of Christian more and more.
Well, I'm going to ask you for the 5th time to stop calling me a man, because quite clearly I am not.
And I apologize. I'm sorry for that, ma'am. I will get you that number. Is that okay?
Yes, get it for me now.
I'm asking you to stop
Get it
cussing.
for me now. I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. Okay. Get me the damn number now, please. Ooh!
And my apologies.
Literal chimp out.
Ask your doctor if toxic femininity is right for you.
We gotta cue the clip of Alex Jones making monkey noises.
Oh, yeah, I need to add this to my list.
Possible side effects include inability to play video games, inability to park.
Right now.
Well, the only reason no woman ever played video games, it's only because of the toxic male gamers who, chase all the women out of the community because.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Who discriminate against them and who discriminate against women and who can no scope and whatever.
You're going to disrespecting trans people in your store, which I plan on telling the entire LGBTQ community. You're going to lose money.
The entire LGBT.
The whole of the community that doesn't think you're a cunt.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired!
But by the way, this kind of shit is why digital distribution is so popular. So if you go to buy a game, you don't have to endure this.
You never get a refund if you go digital. You never get it back.
Well, games, at least you can get a good refund online at GameStop. You can get 30 cents on the dollar if you're very lucky.
Yeah. Also, it's all pretty much exclusively for console games nowadays because PC gamers always buy online because you buy digitally when it's like a winter sale, summer sale. You can buy it either get it for free completely or with such a discount that even used copy from GameStop would be much more expensive. So it's kind of that's what I'm saying. Also, unlike a used copy, if it's sold digitally, it cannot be scratched or I don't know, disk wouldn't read because there's no disk, just data. Yeah. Anyways, it's kind of outside of the scope of this degenerate stream. So yeah, that was actually when did it happen? It happened like a couple days ago.
So no. That thing is this week.
Holy shit! Like it was. Wow, I thought
this is truly recent.
Wow, so that's why
yesterday.
All this. Yeah, it's interesting that I guess maybe they were either after celebrating Christmas too hard, or I don't know why, but so many people are off the rocker. Yeah. And speaking of people who are off their rocker, it's actually Also, kind of new article from Vice. This guy paints the sex he allegedly has had with aliens. Actually, let's see if I can even show this on YouTube.
David Huggins. Are you sure it's not David Charat?
Oh,
Maybe that's why he became so ladylike. Maybe he wants to please the aliens.
Oh, well, I guess if he ever gets probed, it's not by aliens, it's by, half cock.
Well, probably was once by Sargon. Oh.
David Charat convinced the aliens he was the most beautiful specimen of human male.
Whoosh.
Yeah, that's well, if they believe that, yeah, they will probably eliminate all life on Earth just to be sure. Exterminate us.
Exterminate.
I'm trying to find a relevant meme. Well, since our stream is called Ultradegeneracy, might as well show something truly degenerate.
And there we go.
There we go with this degeneracy again.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, he actually tweeted, me during sex. Bitch, you don't know what you do during sex. It's like saying, oh, me when I'm in space, hunting aliens.
With me when I'm in the grave.
Why do I? Oh, it's a Halloween reference.
Huh?
What is up? Baby, don't hurt me.
It's a reference too, but David Charat should not make those references. It's something outside of his area of expertise.
Okay, when he was 13, David Huggins says his house Virginia to. Oh, okay, it's one of those articles.
Yeah, well, then again, it's kind of the kind of articles you would expect. Oh, it's from this year, but from the very start of this year, like February. But still, well, this is the kind of degeneracy Vice is famous for. But this is actually worse because they are obviously talking to a crazy person. Remember this show? What was it called? Oh yeah, Penn and Teller bullshit. Where one of the episodes was about people who allegedly were abducted by aliens. They went to this convention and
oh yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, like pretty much everyone they asked turned out they were on some psychiatric meds. This should tell you something.
No, the funniest part in that episode where
the anal beads.
Yes.
What? So they decided to make a joke about the whole anal probing. So they bought like this, anal beads, spray painted them silver. Was it like beads? It was like kind of like beads, but more rigid, so it stood upright. They spray painted it silver, and then asked them, "Does it remind them of anything?"
And this old lady's like, "Yeah, I definitely saw this. They definitely used this on me."
Oh, hi there, Trashman. Trashman in the chat asks, "What's up, Sheev? What have I missed?" Oh, you missed 2 examples of like
pure degeneracy.
Well, it was people just went off their rockers. One was the cashier at the vape shop, who saw a guy with a MAGA hat and MAGA shirt and went off a rocker, started literally reeing. Fuck, this meme. Fucking normies, get out of my board. Well, pretty much the same, only get out of fucking Trumpsters, get out of my store.
And it's not even his store, first of all.
You're just working.
He got fired.
Was working there, past tense, because guess what happened next?
Yeah, it wasn't his store, at least not anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like at boot camp where the drill sergeants refer to everything as theirs. This is my bus, my obstacle course, my mess hall.
Well, yeah, sort of. But that guy surely isn't tough enough for boot camp.
No, he's not. Nowhere close.
Probably. I want to make a joke, but it would be too lame even by my standards, so I didn't make it. Oh. Anyways, so let's take a look at this article about crazy people. When he was 17, David Huggins says he lost his virginity to an extraterrestrial. Maybe it was just a really, really ugly chick who spiked his drink.
Maybe that's what he doesn't want people to. He doesn't want to admit it.
Well, maybe whatever she put in his drink was so powerful that he actually thought it was an alien. You know, it doesn't take much to see aliens.
True.
Just couple special, well, not couple, yeah, a handful of special mushrooms, and you'll see aliens and other stuff. By the way, instead of vaping, just do psychedelics. It's much more fun and much less gay.
Instead of vaping, I just set my house on fire.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it'll be like the meme with the dog in the house that's on fire. I'm high.
Oh yeah.
This is okay.
Oh, well, there was actually I'll tell this. It's supposed to be something that really happened, so it might or might not have happened. I'll tell it after, if I remember, after the article.
Anal probing.
If you remember, this is anal probing.
Well, supposedly it's not how he lost his virginity, but we never know. Well, actually, let me open this article in non-archived version, because this is gonna be.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures there.
Fuck is it?
True, and that's kind of like to disable this. I have this extension that automatically blocks certain websites that redirects to archived version, but the archived version doesn't show images properly. So I mean, disable it quick. So yeah, more extensions. Okay. I'm gonna disable it, and it should work. Now let's open it up. Let me do it first in another window, so to see if it's safe for YouTube.
Losing your virginity is supposed to be memorable. I don't know about you, but some people who lost their virginity don't really give a shit.
Days. Let me just show the pictures. I guess drawn tits are not safe for YouTube because they are not a photo, but a drawing, and not.
Of course, it's an ALMAO. It's an ALMAO type alien. Of course.
Of course.
Are you gonna do the Chank, of course?
Of course.
So look at this. He's an artist, and yet it's like off center. Like the composition sucks. Why there's so much of the forest to the left of this? Well, obviously the forest is not the important part. So why even? He could have cropped this, cut off the left part of this, and it would actually improve the composition. Because then the interesting part would be like front and center, unless this tree, like random tree, should be the centerpiece of the painting. And this sex is just like random background stuff. Maybe about the tree.
Well, in
his maybe.
Yeah, in his defense, when I took photography class, and then generally even in video class, they say try to use the rule of thirds. I'm not sure if that applies to painting, but whatever.
Well, isn't the rule of thirds like for vertical, not horizontal spacing?
You divide it into a grid of 3 by 3, and you're supposed to have something interesting in one of the inner corners in the center square. So not dead center, but in one of the intersections of a 3 by 3 grid. That's the rule of thirds.
That's good. Way too off center.
Anyway, the big compositional mistake is that he had sex with a gray. He should have had sex with an Atlantean or a Nordic or something acceptable like that. None of this intermixing.
Yeah, something that looks
this is what it reminds me of. It was a really, really popular meme in the Russian part of the internet at some point.
And by the way, this doesn't. It's not a quality. This is not a quality painting.
Yeah. What else? Okay, and there's actually a video.
Yeah, am I going to die in a week because I saw this painting? And am I going to die in a week? Is that the deal?
Are we going to play the fucking Nephilim free video about aliens now?
Oh shit! Oh, by the way, there's another one. Yeah.
Oh god, we did not. Are we allowed to show that one with the nipples? Are we gonna have to?
I mean, it's for educational purposes. It's not. Nobody in their right mind would jack off to it anyway. So it's for educational purposes, and it's allowed nowadays.
I told you I had the lotion.
Well, yes, yeah.
I've got the Kleenex and I've got the lotion, so bring it on, baby. Yeah.
So let's see this. Let's read this. The one without pictures, just in case. Don't want to show too much of this.
Aww.
Too much of the alien footage. Then again, our show is called Ultradegeneracy, so people kind of should expect this. Also, there's some more disturbing imagery. Like, what is even going on here? What kind of a gangbang is it? Like, are aliens like running a train on this, whoever that is? And what?
Maybe it's just people who gang raped him and were just they knew he was kind of dumb and they just decided, hey, let's wear alien masks.
I have a feeling this is more of an alien bukkake session.
Alien gang rape.
Well, alien bukkake is actually. Remember what was the name of this crazy bitch? She was mentioned on Drunken Peasants quite a few times. Gail, yeah, Gail. Remember Gail?
Nope.
Alien bukkake is probably. I think. Well, she actually. Yeah, there was like. There wasn't alien bukkake, but yeah, it was. Like Illumina. I think she's trolling because nobody in their own like right mind would be that fucking crazy and yet be able to coherently speak. Because when people with schizophrenia, with such a severe schizophrenia talk, well, they couldn't speak normally without well, you know how we stray away from topic. Imagine like this but mid-sentence. The speech completely becomes incoherent, so you have to really work with them and strain your brain to realize what kind of a narrative they are going for, if there even is a narrative. But Gail, yeah, she has a narrative. It's a batshit insane narrative, but it's way too organized, way too. Well, it's the story itself is crazy, but the way it's presented, it's not nearly crazy enough to be believable. It's way too too normal. If someone was crazy enough to believe all this stuff, that person wouldn't be able to express those thoughts as clearly as she does. I'm sure it is. You cannot be 100% certain, but it's a bit too convenient. Also, that's the reason anyone watches her videos anyways, because it's she has
Bitch should be crazy.
Yeah, well, we can talk about her later because I actually wasn't following her for a while, so I don't know what kind of new crazy stuff is just posting, but it's probably some really schizophrenic takes on modern political and political happenings, and it's so hilarious. I think it's an art form in itself. But yeah, let's take a look at this article because we spent so much time without even starting it. So, losing your virginity is supposed to be memorable.
It certainly was.
Hey, David. Most people look back on the act with affection and probably a little embarrassment. But David Huggins says the first time he had sex was more out of this world than most. Even the article is making fun of him. When I was 17, I lost my virginity to a feeble extraterrestrial. First of all, if extraterrestrials are real, why are they even having when it comes to aliens, all the Tumblr idiocy about gender can actually apply, because why are people even supposing that aliens have males and females? And okay, biologically it makes sense, but there are species on Earth that don't have there are monogendered species on Earth. So, might as well aliens might as well be as such. Also, even if aliens have two biological sexes, what makes you think that they're female? Well, first of all, what would you which one of them would you call male, which one female? If they don't in mammals we call the female the one that doesn't have this unique chromosome that doesn't have a identical pair. So males are males have X and Y chromosome, but females have 2 X chromosomes.
Doublets.
But if aliens, probably they have some
extra chromosomes.
Well,
perhaps
chromosomes probably not. Well, first of all, they should have some a complicated protein to serve the same purpose as DNA serves for Earth life. But do you know why would you think it has chromosomes? Maybe it's like bacteria. It's one long ring with a not.
Wait. So, are we assuming here that people with Down syndrome are aliens because they have extra chromosomes? Imagine.
No, I'm saying that. The idea that
maybe they are.
Whatever they have instead of DNA, it might not even form chromosomes. Again, even for example, bacteria. It doesn't have chromosomes. They have like this DNA arranged in a ring. So you can call it one chromosome, which is like circular in shape, but it's not exactly. Also, human mitochondria also has its own DNA, which is arranged in a similar fashion, one ring. So there's this hypothesis that mitochondria used to be like a separate species of bacteria that became symbiotic. Well, it makes sense because it has its own DNA, and human DNA doesn't have any
Jesus Christ
instructions for building mitochondria. By the way, this is, anyways, we're getting off topic. But yeah, what I was trying to say, what I'm trying to get to is that if you find an alien species which has 2 biological sexes, which one of those sexes would you consider to be male and which female? Especially since I really suspect, I really doubt that either of them would follow, kind of stereotypical gender roles that we would expect from Earth form of life. Well, even on Earth, not all species have similar.
Hashtag not all.
Well, as long as it's not the fucking cow giraffe thing from The Last Jedi, then.
Jesus Christ! This is cow giraffe / manatee.
Yeah, it's
slash.
It's called siren.
Slash in there.
It's called what?
Well, weren't sirens supposed to be like, beautiful women with beautiful voices that lure sailors to the reefs?
They are supposed.
They're basically killer mermaids.
They should, but biologically, it make more sense for them to be fat and ugly like a manatee.
Yeah, but why does this manatee have human titties? That makes no sense. Those
it's a mammal.
Yeah, but have you seen what seafarers?
The sailors are months away from land, and they started seeing things because they were so absent of contact with women for that long. So you can say, "Oh, the manatee."
I see what you're saying.
I don't recall something about how said sailors used to fuck manatees because they were the closest to human females.
I'm pretty sure sailors were just fucking each other.
Oh, yeah, it's your turn to be in the barrel today.
Shit.
Anyways, speaking of all the humanity,
my ship is a bit droopy. You know what that means? It needs more struts.
Oof. It needs. You require more minerals. You require more Vespine gas.
More boulders.
Now that I think about it,
I need the I'd probably need the boulders from Duna, but I don't have them.
Monday and Matt. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. We already started already. I was the one who strayed away from topic. The idea was that also imagine if we actually encounter an alien species. Imagine if they have two biological sexes. Imagine if one of those sexes, has some kind of stereotypical, traits that we expect from, human females. Why do you presume that they would have any orifice that is, sufficiently
stretchy?
Yeah.
What if they reproduce like the Navis from Avatar?
Oh yeah, well, if that's reproduction where they merge their ponytails, remember that they also do this to their horses and other animals. So, this joke has been already made a lot of times, but yeah, it kind of looks like they are into hardcore furry stuff. Oh shit. Yeah, ultradegeneracy. At least we don't fuck animals
or aliens.
We don't.
Here, I've got a photo just now that I'm sharing. Hello, sailor.
I'm going to present it to everyone.
Oh God!
Oh, it's a good one.
Hey, it's Christy Winters. Holy shit!
Jesus Christ.
Savage.
And they said Amy Schumer wouldn't have a career.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was. I think there was an article saying that Amy Schumer is just like she was like a New Year resolution was trying not to be as sexy. It's like yeah. You don't need to try.
New Year yet.
More than like I'm gonna stop trying to look fuckable. You weren't fuckable to begin with, you fat Jew.
Well, I mean, someone probably is that desperate. Like if David Shred probably would hit that. Well,
he would hit several folds of that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah, when I was 17, I lost my virginity to a female extraterrestrial. The 74-year-old says in a documentary about him called Love and Saucers. That's all I can say about it. Well, if you are, if there's a documentary about this, there's probably more you can say about it. Also,
of course, this guy lives in the south of the U.S.
And he never had sex again. And now he's going to shuffle off this mortal coil real soon.
Sodomy. I have a feeling it's not aliens as much as
Maybe they're just so. Maybe they're homosexuals, but so in denial they need to say, "I know it was an alien who fucked me in the ass."
Also, appropriate meme.
Let's see.
Oh, I showed you the classic anal probe clip before, didn't I? Let me see. It's from
maybe.
The Canadian comedians called Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Canadian comedian group called Kids in the Hall did a classic anal probe video.
Now, wasn't it like a few weeks ago we were looking at the article? It was like the 25 most fuckable alien races from Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah, that one. It's like they literally list. Well, the funny thing is that they didn't list what's the name of the Tali's race?
The Quarians.
Quarians, yeah. They didn't mention them. They mentioned fucking Varans, the dogs. They would fuck dogs before they would fuck Tali. Imagine that. Was it Kotaku or Polygon? There's some quality degeneracy right there. They would fuck alien dogs. Okay, anyways. That's why our show is called Ultradegeneracy, because that's kind of thing we talk about. And it wasn't even planned. We accidentally stumbled upon this article. That's the best part. And the whole show was probably the most degenerate, and probably the funniest one in a while. Probably my favorite one. Darren's reaction was the best. The first video, he was, what the fuck? The second video, I take it back, the first one was normal. Anyways, okay, let's come here. The coitus. Yeah, the banging in question allegedly went down in 1961. when Huggins was a teenager living on his parents' farm in rural Georgia. Well, maybe he discovered the glory and beauty of substance abuse and went to town with some farm animal and then thought it was an alien. Who knows? Drugs are bad. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. PCP, not even once. It wasn't the first time extraterrestrials.
PCP, not PC culture. Oh fuck.
That's okay. It wasn't the first time extraterrestrials had appeared to him. Wow. So some alien chick was stalking him. Wow. That's some maybe you know how some creepers go to another country where the age of consent is much lower. Maybe aliens do kind of the same, or that Earthlings are easy. They would fuck anything, like literally anything. I mean, have you seen Rule 34? Yeah, humans would fuck anything. So they go here for degenerate acts that would be kind of round upon on their planet.
It wasn't in like the first or second Mass Effect game where Liara mentions that humans are more sexually interested in other alien species in Mass Effect than the other alien species are.
Well, if she said that, she was full of shit, because we all know which race is the most, which one is the most adept at race mixing. It's the blue chicks. Fuck,
the Asari, but that's what she is.
Fucking hell, I'm really herping harder than usual today. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's they are so into this kind of stuff that having sex within their species is considered to be kind of nah. They're supposed.
It's like incest, apparently.
What they call sex is probably something kind of not quite, because there's no exchange of genetic information. So that's why they probably don't have any taboo about this, and they actually
exchange. You can keep your DNA. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this
not supposed to be an exchange.
But yeah, that's what they call sex is probably like, I don't know, telepathic sex or something. It was never fully explained. It was all mysterious and vague. At least they didn't retcon it into some stupid shit later, because they retconned so much stuff. Okay, anyways. I've heard, I saw someone today compare, like, Mass Effect 3 was like the Last Jedi of Mass Effect series, but Mass Effect Andromeda was like Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, wow.
It actually makes sense if you think about this way. Well, except that it actually had a budget, unlike Holiday Special. Which I think that, well, the only thing they didn't skim on, it was Carrie Fisher's Coke budget. That was probably the only way they didn't skim it. Anyways, let's see, where was I? So apparently he was stalked by extraterrestrials, but one day they actually went to town with him. He'd been seeing strange creatures since he was 8. So insert this joke. I was only 9 years old. I loved Shrek so much. Okay, but on this day, as he was walking through the woods near his house, an alien woman appeared and seduced him. I thought, if anything, I'd be losing it in the backseat of a Ford, something like that. But it didn't work out this way. So yeah, she didn't even want to take him to the backseat of her UFO. Yeah, she just no. So again, how do you know it's an alien and not some, I don't know,
alien
Sasquatch? If you haven't seen the the inside of a. Also, she's such a twat. They didn't even invite him into her spaceship, show around. Nah, just satisfy her animal urges like a fucking barbarian. Where's the interplanetary manners? It's not the kind of close contacts of the third kind that would be acceptable for diplomacy purposes. I don't know. Then again, Mass Effect shows it probably. No, it's an alien fucking simulator with some Reaper fighting in the background. That's what it is. Anyways, according to Huggins, these visits from extraterrestrials and his sexual relationship with them continued into adulthood. Well, some persistent alien.
or maybe into adulthood, and he didn't.
She wanted some money for child support.
So this guy had sex with aliens repeatedly throughout the years, but didn't bother to bring back any evidence.
Yeah. Also, the funny thing is, I wonder if it's the same female alien, or like his dick was so legendary that everyone just went there to check for themselves.
He had a harem of alien women.
I'm sure there's some hentai with this plot exactly, because, well, come on, that's almost certainly.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Wasn't there an ecchi series? It was like Monster Girl, Murasame.
Monster Girl Musume.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it is.
So it's about a monster girl who probably, despite being a monster, has huge titties.
Basically, it's a harem series about a guy who adopts a bunch of monster girls.
And they, despite being monsters, they still look fuckable. So they are Japanese monsters, not like.
Oh, they're all half human at least.
So it's like, well, again, if you think about it, kid girls would be monsters, in real life. I mean, come on, it's such a chimera abomination. But
I'm actually surprised that Elon Musk isn't working on that shit. Working on humanized cat girls.
Well, it depends on what kind of proportion, because if we let furries be in charge of that program, we can expect some real degeneracy. Oh, let's not even think about
or abominations of God.
Yeah. Well, when they come here, they would probably. Well, there was actually some, comic. Well, I think it was after Avatar came out, someone drew a comic that imagined if it was Avatar planet was in the Warhammer 40k universe, and when the humans encountered those Avatar creatures, they saw exterminate us immediately. Or I might be misremembering it, but I thought it was funny.
I have to check out for tonight, guys.
Well,
all
right. With us and enjoy degeneracy. Anyways, okay. Let's speed through this. Let's speed run, because if we let them ourselves, linger on each and every stupid shit, stupid point in this article, we'll probably be here all night, all day.
Yeah.
Let's see. When I interviewed him for this story, Huggins told me his last encounter with Crescent. So it's one alien chick, was not the harem. So it wasn't that degenerate. It was a slightly degenerate. His name for the woman in the woods. It's funny how did he come up with this name, or did she say that? Oh, my name means crescent in my language. It sounds like, but in your language it would be crescent. And don't tell me that alien language wouldn't sound like you, because that's exactly what alien language would sound. If you find an alien and this alien doesn't sound like you, well, call me a liar then. But until then, you cannot prove that they don't sound like that.
That would sound something like that at an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh yeah,
I remember that one. Where they go to like the Mariana Trench or whatever.
Yeah, and the guy talks like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he swears after every other word.
Oh, I have a related clip. By the way. that was George Lucas, by the way.
Yeah, we remember.
Yeah, anyways. Okay, Crescent. So, her name was Crescent. It kind of sounds like Native American name.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking hippie name.
Was 6 months ago. So, do they age the same as humans? Because imagine if, some old people. Well, then again, maybe aliens don't age. Humans age quicker. So, literally.
I know that elves. I know that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say that in the case of elves, I know that they're immortal and some of them can actually live well over 2,000 years. 2,000 years old, maybe even more. But they look like they're 18 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to be like, if you imagine being immortal but still aging. So, well, you live forever, but the more you live, the older you look, and the worse it gets. So, why would you even want to live forever if you're just like some old fart? First, if you live forever, go for the full package and still look young and not have some old people problems. Because,
I honestly think the idea of immortality is overrated. I mean, what if you want to die? You can't die.
Well, it depends on what kind of immortality. There's in fiction a form of immortality where you just don't age, but if someone blows your head off, you'll still die.
Yeah, there's actually an immortal species of crustacean, or at least quite a few of them. They sort of revert to a larval stage at some point.
Oh, so yeah, there's also like tardigrades. They don't age, and
they age and then they restart, but it's like nothing is truly immortal. If they weren't able to get sick or eaten by anything, they would probably be able to live forever, just like lobsters.
in ideal conditions. But
in ideal conditions, they wouldn't get sick or have predators. They would be able to live forever, but then. No, they don't. They don't have optimal situations.
Yeah. Again, depends on what kind of fantasy we talk about. Elves are very inconsistent, and in some fantasy settings, elves are just humans with large ears. That's literally.
And they could live for thousands of years for some reason.
Well, not in some
magic
universes. Actually, elves aren't that. Maybe like they live longer than humans, but not like ridiculously longer. So
yeah, don't the elves in Skyrim only live for a couple hundred years, depending on the species and orcs? Or
then again, Skyrim is not even on Earth. Then again, there are no elves on Earth. So, and I don't know why I even mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yes. Skyrim elves are kind of they are kind of more down to earth, so to speak. Their species are at least it only gets crazy when it comes to those Age or Data and others. Well, when normal sentient beings are kind of grounded more or less. Well, except for Redguards, who kind of sidestepped their previous cycle from the previous cycle into this cycle. This is some nonsense that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, let's not go into Elder Scrolls lore here. We'll finish this fucking article.
Let's say this thing's still going.
Huh?
This thing's still going.
Well, we just like a couple paragraphs in only.
Oh my god.
Well, let's finish this quickly. Okay. According to Huggins, these visits. Crescent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was sitting down in a chair, and the woman Crescent was behind me. How did she get behind him? Just appeared out of thin air behind him, or do they use doors like humans? Do they have to go into a house through a door or something, or can they just teleport anywhere? That's important questions. Because if she can just pop in at any moment, it becomes creepier. I mean, maybe some privacy. Even if you are in a relationship, you should knock on the door where you're even if you're like married. Just you need some privacy. Just teleporting behind your back. Nothing personal, kid. That's not healthy relationship. Anyways, okay. Yeah, and the woman Crescent was behind me, and she put her arms around me. Again, this sounds like it would sound normal for humans, but since it's an alien, you need to be specific how she got behind your back. Because unless you say that she actually lives with him, well, in this case, there's more questions. How come he's the only one who sees her? Well, we all know why. Why is that? Yeah. And that's about it. I don't know anything else outside of the... Right, so they kind of... That's not exactly very, interesting. So apparently she ages too, so they're not interested in those teenage hormonal stuff anymore. They're too old for that. Yeah, Huggins is unnervingly matter of fact when he talks about his encounters. So it's like he's very nonchalant and as if there's nothing weird about that.
Like, oh, hey, just here for the old in out.
Yeah. It sets him apart from what most of us expect from truthers and UFO enthusiasts. I'm not saying that truthers have a point, because their conspiracy theories are kind of nah. There's a lot of stupid shit there. But comparing people who believe that government might be into some shady stuff to people who believe that they actually fuck space aliens, it's kind of not very fair comparison. Just saying. So, while when it comes to truthers, their conspiracy theories are often too far-fetched, but the very principle, not trusting government, it's not that crazy if you think about it. It's not like some unelected officials in government agencies who have way too much power. It's not like they don't do shady shit behind everyone's back, because they totally do. Remember this that BuzzFeed journalist who wrote an article about how pervasive the CIA is, and then died suddenly and mysteriously? Remember that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Well, it was quite a while ago, back when there were actually decent journalists working for BuzzFeed. He wrote an article about, it was called "Why Democrats Love to Spy on People" or something, and it was he harshly criticized those alphabet soup agencies. And then, at some point after writing this article, he was worried about his safety, and guess what happened? His car, he had a car accident and died. And years later, we found out that CIA invested into this technology, how to put malware into someone's car's computer and cause it to crash. What an interesting coincidence, right? There was so much shady shit about this case. His car was Mercedes, and Mercedes they wanted their experts to independently investigate what was left of the car, and they weren't allowed to. If it was just a normal accident, why wouldn't cops want them to look into this? If nothing special happened, just car malfunctioned, you want them to check out. Maybe there's other cars can do this stuff. Unless someone knew there's something wrong with the car, might not even be that malware developed by CIA. Maybe just someone who went to town with a spanner and a couple of snips. Who knows? Yeah, this. If I don't forget, I'll find this article about this and share a link. Okay, anyways, this actually haven't heard about this until the Vault 7 leaks by the. Yeah, I'm dropping it. What's the name of this? Yeah, WikiLeaks. Yeah, so that's when it came to light, among other things. Anyways, okay. He's not in it for the notoriety. Yeah, he's not in it for the notoriety, but he's making a documentary about himself. Yeah, sure, not for notoriety, and doesn't care if anyone believes him.
He's not in it for the notoriety. I mean, there's plenty of people who've claimed to have been abducted by aliens, but very few who've claimed to have fucked aliens.
Well, actually, quite a few of those who claim to be abducted, actually, not many of them, but some of them, not an insignificant number, claim that have relationships with those aliens and even have children. But surprise, surprise, no human has seen those children because those aliens want to raise them not on Earth. Can't blame those aliens because look at our television, for example. You don't want your kids to be exposed to that kind of degeneracy. Anyways, yeah. When Huggins talks about fathering hundreds of alien babies, and yes, that's another facet of his encounters. Well, he's one of them. it's funny how every single one of them, when they talk about having babies, always a lot of them. Let's not even mention how unlikely it is that you can even have somewhere to put your dick in in an alien body, let alone to have babies. I mean, the only way to have babies is for genetic manipulation. So it would be, I guess it would be your baby in a way.
I was about to say, wasn't it Stalin who once tried to breed an army of ape men?
Well,
but
it wasn't Stalin. It was one scientist, the Soviet scientist, who wanted to check if humans could interbreed with chimpanzees, and turned out they couldn't.
Yeah, so if we can't even interbreed with chimpanzees and bonobos, then there's no way in hell we could interbreed with aliens.
Speaking of, I have a perfect sound clip.
There we go. And it's in orbit.
Yay, speaking of aliens in space.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to play this clip, but my audio player...
Time I was fucking a monkey I saw in the jungle, and I was feeling alright.
Hey, I'm not a monkey.
So I go and fuck that monkey again. Suck it on a banana.
It's from the Booty Dubs.
Oh god. That fucking episode.
Yeah, it's all of those episodes. It's from Guy Fieri dubs. All of them are great.
Oh, Gloves. Speaking of humanized aliens, don't forget what Sony did a couple of years ago. Say it.
What they did just a couple of years ago?
A very infamous ad.
Oh, the PlayStation ad.
Yeah.
Well, every single PlayStation ad was weird as fuck. That one wasn't even the weirdest. I mean, the demonic possessed baby toy, that was like the weirdest and probably the least PlayStation ads of. Yeah, those ads were supposed to sell you, gaming console. Pretty much none of them actually even, in some of them, this PlayStation is featured in the video, but if you didn't know it was a PlayStation ad, you would never guess because it was so, some art house bullshit. You'd think that this PlayStation, is just a prop. Well, but my favorite one is the hotel. So PlayStation, this is living, and until the very last moment where they say PlayStation, you would never guess it's actually about PlayStation because it's
hotel Trivago.
Huh?
Nah, nothing. It's a joke.
Well, the fun thing is that actually, it's like a very short movie with a plot. Interesting plot that raises quite a few questions, but it's actually really well made. But it has literally, well, you can stretch it that in some cases, yeah, it shows kind of like types of games you have on PlayStation, like those modern military shooters, those soccer games, and well, that's the only thing that even somewhat ties this to the to PlayStation, but it's we might actually take a look at this. We still have more after we finish this article. I promise to take a look at a lot of stuff. I'll probably forget about every single one of those promises, and we won't watch any of this. Well, you'll have to remind me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but the fact that so many of them say that they have this bunch of children with aliens, it's not like modern nuclear family, 1, 2, 3 kids, no more. But there's dozens and dozens of those alien babies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if those creatures are maybe silicon based. No. There's just we make babies. Maybe they don't even have DNA.
Well, maybe it's
something else entirely.
Maybe it's in the same same vein as what Asari, because Asari don't absorb human DNA. They just, for example, there are some species that lizard species that only has females, and the way they reproduce, quote unquote, they pretty much kind of clone themselves. So their daughters are exact genetic copies of their mothers. So there's no exchange of DNA, but they still, this is triggered by something that resembles a sex act, but since both of them are females and don't have a dick. Well, I guess you can call them lesbians because there's only female left, and even though there's no there is no reproductory purpose for their sex, but there actually is, because it triggers this. So they pretty much reach the peak, the peak of lesbianism, I guess. They actually are strong, independent women that don't need no man.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I forgot what the name of the species is, but it's quite fascinating. So how come feminists are not praising them? Because you would expect Salon to write articles about them.
I'm wondering how vulnerable are they genetically? Just like how vulnerable would they be to say any virus?
Well, given that they still have mutations, well, you could say that if the species survives for long enough, each one of them kind of can become its own species. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
Since given that there's no exchange of genetic information, their evolution gets much slower, much less efficient. Kind of like even bacteria can exchange genetic material. So it's more like those species that were inhabiting Earth long ago, before sexual reproduction appeared. So, given that if the inhabited, if the environment doesn't change radically, then I don't think there's much of a risk for them to going extinct.
No.
Viruses, the species that are most prone to being wiped out by disease is more like those domesticated species of plants, like for example bananas.
Oh yeah. Oh, they are currently being wiped out by a virus.
There was this the
Panama disease.
banana was a different one that we used.
Gros Michel, which is the flavor of the super artificial banana. It's flavor that you have in candies. That's what the flavor is based on.
And it was wiped out by a disease globally, so that's why we can't eat it anymore, because it doesn't exist anymore. And supposedly it actually tasted better than modern bananas, but
yeah,
you'll never know.
It tasted more, because the one we have now, it's the Cavendish, and it's currently being wiped out a little by the Panama disease.
Well, that's why people should not be so squeamish about GMO products.
Yeah.
Genetic modification can actually, genetic engineering can save bananas and even probably bring back that extinct species.
Yep.
But the problem is that those bananas, they were literally cloned, and in the case of these lizards, well, it's not exactly cloning, because mutations can still affect them, and they're not being cloned from one specimen; they're cloned from each other. So those errors accumulate. So they still undergo evolution, but just the spread of new mutations is much slower. But they still can evolve and adapt to changing environment. That's how life was before the emergence of sexual reproduction. It's viable. It's less, or maybe less optimal in the long run, but it's still viable. But when it comes to domesticated species, first of all, they're already very weak, because they were bred for properties that are useful to humans, sacrificing resilience. That's why they have those. For example, they taste better, and they're maybe the fruits are bigger, but they are much less resilient than wild species, because they are grown in kind of ideal conditions. So resilience is not a factor until something bad happens. And also, it wasn't in the wild, so it's not really comparable situation. It kind of is, but not quite. So I don't think those lizards will go extinct anytime soon. Anyways, this was really big tangent. Let's return to this. Alien babies. Why would they want? They don't even look very human. So why would they want babies with humans? And I realized it's kind of similar to. This was what the plot of the new Predator movie, The Predator, is based on? Kind of sounds like it. It's quite as retarded. Okay, I see. In it's one of the things that drew filmmaker. Also, this guy isn't making a documentary about himself. Someone else makes it. Why this guy? There are a lot of crazy people who say that they fucked aliens, and not in Mass Effect, but in real life. This is one of the things that drew filmmaker Brett Abrahams to track Huggins down in Hoboken. What is this? Hoboken?
Yeah, it's a real city.
Yep.
It's in New Jersey.
Yeah, Hoboken.
Yeah, okay.
Hoboken, yeah.
No, that's a new Barbie doll. This is hobo.
Oh, by the way, this reminds me of this joke I've heard. So, a guy goes wants to buy a present for his daughter and goes to a store and asks, "Oh, well, what kind of toys for girls do you have?" "Well, we have those Barbie dolls, for example. Here's the catalog. He says like Barbie this like $20, Barbie this $25, Barbie like something else like $19, and this divorced Barbie $100. Why is divorced Barbie so expensive? Oh, because it's a big set. It includes Ken's car, Ken's house, Ken's helicopter. So yeah, maybe that's how the Hoboken title came along.
Fuck.
Yeah, what?
The,
what happened over there, Apex?
Oh, something fell.
Oh,
something. So you don't know what it was. It just something.
His dildo fell on his keyboard.
It's a PlayStation controller. So
same thing.
Oh, he uses a PlayStation controller as a dildo. Okay.
Oh,
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
No, wait.
Gamer thoughts do.
Nintendo Wii controllers should be there. There's even like a silicone pad for it with a dildo, so you can attach it and play the homebrew game called Wii Brater. It does exactly what you think it does. It was like a co-op mode called Webrator. Why do I even know those things?
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
The alien fucker. Oh, today we are proving that our title is completely justified. This is out of degeneracy. Okay, yeah, Hoboken, New Jersey, where he lives now. Abraham heard Huggins' story on a podcast about UFOs and the paranormal. So is he also a believer in this stuff, or is he just doing it for the cringe value? Because a lot of people watch.
Yeah, probably he's doing this opportunistically.
Yeah, I know some people, even some of my longtime fans, actually watch those crazy conspirators just for shits and giggles. Like, yeah, Kuntka showed me some videos where there's some crazy chick. She has like all of her walls plastered with aluminum foil.
Yeah, I could see you watching Ancient Aliens just for the lulz.
Oh, by the way, if you want to see a good Ancient Alien documentary, see this 1.5 hour long video called Ancient Aliens Debunked. It's actually pretty interesting, and they go into detail to explain how those things that supposedly aliens built were actually not just possible with human technology at the time, but it wasn't even that hard. It's hard.
What's the name of it?
Ancient Aliens Debunked.
Aliens Debunked.
Ah,
it's a good documentary.
Isn't that on the History Channel?
No. It's on YouTube. Ancient Aliens on History Channel, but
why would the History Channel issue a rebuttal to their own show?
Yeah, exactly. But the funny thing is that so many times, like even this like Ancient Alien show, they say one thing and show another. Like for example, when they talk about those stones, it's somewhat some guy was there. Look at how those stones are perfect. This perfect 90-degree angle, and puts this Carpenter's angle to this stone, and you can see it's not 90 degrees because there's like the angle isn't like perfectly aligned. Like, if you're aligning on one side, another side, well, there's a big gap there, so it's not 90 degrees. And they even showed that in their own fucking documentary. So bad. Yeah. But it's close enough to 90 degrees for it to be.
There was a meme. It was what was it? It's not because I found it stupid. It's not because white people can't do it that alien did it. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that I mean, when I said that it wasn't that hard, it wasn't like, I mean, I'm not saying it was easy. I'm saying it wasn't difficult.
It wasn't that complicated.
Yeah, so it is still required a lot of like ingenuity and a lot of grueling manual work, because before power tools, yeah, it was really
yeah,
you had to put a lot of elbow grease into that, but it wasn't like that hard to come up with. So, for example, some inventions were really way ahead of their time, and they would require a real genius, like for example Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, he was really way ahead of his time. But those technologies, you still needed to be smart to come up with them. But you didn't have to be like a genius. You just have to be smarter than average, and you put some thought into what you're doing. But it wasn't that far-fetched. It's just usually those methods were either involved a lot of manual labor and being very, very persistent, or clever use of simple tools. Like, for example, if you think about it, the basic crane that was used even by ancient Egyptians is not that complicated. Although the only principle is mainly it's to redirect
lever.
Yeah, levers and those pulleys. Well, once you find out about how you can increase torque with pulleys, or later with gearing down, well, it's just a matter of if you have enough pulleys, enough it's not gear ratio, pulley ratio, I guess. Well, with manual labor, just enough people pulling on the string with enough pulleys in between, yeah, you can lift huge boulders.
I forgot who said it. He's an ancient, maybe probably Archimedes. Give me a lever long enough, and I'll lift the world.
Yeah. And again, it's these people. They really don't give people in the ancient times enough credit. They weren't stupid. Just because they didn't have enough, they weren't technologically advanced compared to us, doesn't mean they were all retarded. Also, modern people, if you tell modern people to solve those problems using Stone Age technology, of course they will fail probably, because modern people think in different terms. We don't have to use the Stone Age technology for anything, so that's why we don't think in terms of the Stone Age technology. Because when we need to lift boulders, we probably use something like forklift. They didn't have forklifts, so they had to come up with something else. And since this was their life back then, well, they were more apt in this. So yeah, that's why we might not have it's hard for us sometimes to come up with the solutions for these problems, but for them it was probably easier, because their thinking was based on that and not on future technology they didn't have yet. So sometimes those solutions are really elegant in how simple they are. This Ancient Aliens Debunked, actually, this movie goes into detail showing possible and probable solutions to those problems. They show there's a guy who does a lot of shows how you can lift and move huge boulders just by yourself without any help, with just simple 2x4s. So piece of wood, back then, yeah, you can
Well, you didn't have the 2x4. You had a huge wooden beam.
Well, you didn't even need a huge wooden beam. For some of those, just a small tree. You bark it and chop off the branches with even like.
I have a feeling that's where mundane math learned how to pick up rocks.
Yeah.
Time to pick up.
Yeah, because mundane math, it wasn't boulders. We saw pictures. It's like, God damn it, you couldn't even get a bigger rock that could potentially count as a boulder.
Also, what did mundane Matt say when he was exposed for the flag that he was? Oh, let him who is without sin throw the first boulder.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's continue. So this guy found this Looney Tune and decided to make a documentary about this. I'm sure this documentary will be completely serious and not like a tongue-in-cheek. It wouldn't be, subtly making fun of him or anything, right? In a sea of outlandish claims, there was one that rose to the surface, he said. And that was David's story. So it rose to the surface because it was the most grounded in reality, or because it was the craziest one? Well, because it's a sea of outlandish claims, so maybe the most outlandish are on the surface, like, skim cream or something. I don't know. Huggins was born in rural Georgia in 1944. In Love and Sources, he talks about hunting for arrowheads in nearby fields for fun and not liking the evangelical Baptist church his grandparents took him to sometimes. So it's like, you know how children rebel against their parents, but fuck you, I won't go to church. I'll fucking hell it instead. That's going a bit too far. At least those kids, edgy kids who became Satanists, just to stick it to their religious parents. At least they didn't fuck aliens. Well, they didn't claim to fuck aliens because, well, if you actually fuck an alien, that would be pretty metal. And strange beings that no one else could see. Gee, I wonder why. Started appearing to him around the farm. He thought he was losing his mind. Yeah, but obviously those were literal aliens. Funny how all those people, they think that they are crazy, but they dismiss this thought. Oh no, can't be.
What the fuck?
Are you chewing on right now?
Not me. I was done eating early on.
Yeah.
And people gave me shit for the background noises from my mic.
Nom 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 nom.
All right. It sounds like really nice, dude.
Reminds me of the fucking ventrilo harassment Jurassic Park one when the guy recorded the person eating. Just played that over and over again.
All right.
Anyways,
so in the case of what's his name? I guess we do relate because I wasn't exactly a big fan of evangelical churches. So, nah. But yeah, why do I feel like David had a little bit of what I had a psychosis episode? This sounds like a psychosis episode.
Again, since this happened when he was a teenager, the teen years is pretty much when schizophrenia starts manifesting itself. Just saying. Also, well, again, if he was living in he's in New Jersey. If he was living more like where peyote cacti are, then we could find an explanation for his alien encounters. But well, then again, magic mushrooms grow everywhere, so maybe he wasn't hunting for arrowheads after all. Yeah. I'm sitting under a tree and I hear this voice say, "David, behind you." How convenient, aliens speak English. And I turned around and there is this little hairy guy with large glowing eyes.
What?
Yeah.
Hairy guy, small hairy guy with large glowing eyes.
If you see this, it doesn't matter if you believe in aliens or not. Just run. Run.
Oh fuck! Where's my?
Forgive you if you don't take pictures or get any evidence of this encounter. We understand. Just
get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
I thought it was the boogeyman. Or maybe it was. How do you know?
It was probably the leprechaun from Leprechaun.
Oh yeah. I didn't know what to think of it, he says in the film. Another day, an insect-like being. So there's like tons and tons of different aliens come to him of all people. Like, was he the most interesting person in the world or something? Like, aliens from all over the galaxy goes to him. And all of them speak English.
Yeah, these aliens travel millions of light years to Earth just to fuck with random people. It's not to try to establish trade or contact. It's literally just to
burn
random
cows.
They come here not to establish trade or contact. They randomly abduct people to stick probes up their ass, or just to
have sex
make
with them
weird
and burn cows
and
make
make weird designs in crop fields. That
Well, I mean, it also almost makes sense. Think about it. There's this teenage boy who doesn't want to go to church. Let's talk to him. He sounds like the most more important person on earth and the most interesting person to talk to. Yeah, let's all go to him. There's this weird boy who goes around gathering arrowheads. That's obviously they're like the only person worth talking to on Earth. Duh. Okay. Insect-like being that reminds Huggins of a praying mantis. Why come those so many aliens in fiction are like praying mantis? And since he was born in 1944, so 50s, there were a lot of comic books with aliens that look like praying mantis. Gee, it's almost as if his alien encounters are based on pop culture at the time. What a kinky dink.
Yeah.
I was very terrified, he says. It was like, what in the world am I looking at? And what in the world was I smoking a moment ago? And for an 8-year-old, you don't know what to think. At least it's not Shrek telling you it's his swamp now. Once the shock wore off, Huggins says his encounters were weird. Oh, so once the shock wore off, the encounters were weird. But this wasn't weird. Only when the shock
just completely normal at this point.
Makes sense. But not all that threatening. Yeah, because if you see a giant praying mantis, it's not threatening at all. Or this is a little hairy man with glowing eyes. Just so endearing. Nothing threatening at all about
It was
this.
like, well, I don't know about hair. It was like, yeah, it was not an alien. It was just Danny DeVito.
Okay. Once a shock. When he left Georgia. Oh, it was in Georgia, but he's now living in Jersey. Okay. So Georgia, no, peyote doesn't grow in Georgia either, but mushrooms grow there. So yeah, in the mid '60s. Oh, okay, mid '60s. So the time period where everyone was on LSD. Yeah, gets a noggin jogging for art school in New York City. Well, we all know what people in the dorms of art schools doing. Yeah, the beings followed. I wonder if other school. Well, then again, art school, so they probably were highest of their tits all the time, so they probably saw those as well. Nocturnal visits. Why only at night? Go on. Maybe all those nocturnal visits. Maybe this is what other people call, sleeping and having dreams.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be that funny? Some of those. It's actually dreams. It's not real. Really? All my life was a lie. I can imagine that. What a twist! Okay, so nocturnal visits from Crescent, the ET who deflowered him. How come you talked about this praying mantis and this hairy guy with long eyes, but didn't even say what Crescent looked like? Or
wait a minute. Is it? Are they speaking of a guy or a girl that got fucked? No, he deflowered. Usually you need a hymen for using that verb. Just saying.
Yeah, it's maybe she devoured his asshole or something. That's not what kind of problem they are doing. Who knows?
Maybe something else. Tor.
Yeah, ET who deflowered him became routine. How come he never actually described their first encounter? Does he have some hairy, glowing eye thingy, but not Crescent, who apparently has children with him? I know that's maybe he just wants a divorce, but doesn't know how to say. I don't know. My relationship with Crescent was warm and friendly. Well, I hope it was because you were fucking. So imagine if our relationship was really really bad, where we hated each other. So how come you have hundreds of children? Well, it was a hate fuck. Okay, a little strange. Yeah, it's a little strange to have a sexual relationship with an alien. Just a little. Not weird. Just a little strange, slightly. What do I mean a little? Very strange. Okay. I stand corrected. So a little strange means very strange. Well, yeah, it's still an understatement, but I'll take it. She was my girlfriend, really. And how come you don't actually elaborate? Because I think this should be more important in his life than those glowing eye, hairy midgets. Well, maybe he is more into hairy midgets with glowing eyes. I don't know. I don't judge. You do you. Huggins says in the film, a very unconventional relationship. You don't say.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Some people still are not okay with, some people are not okay with the race mixing. Imagine this kind of stuff. Fucking an alien should be like complete out of the question for them. Well, maybe his parents were, hardcore evangelicals. Yeah, they probably wouldn't approve. Especially since sexual carnal relationship before marriage, it's sinful. Yeah, imagine if they actually got married, and she got baptized, they would be okay with this. Well, we might be hardcore, evangelicals, but we are not bigots. Refugees, well. Well, he went to the art college in New York City, so I guess he was like a fucking hippie. Probably. If he wasn't before, he was after. Degree. Yeah. One of the first paintings Huggins ever made. Also, he went to the art school, and his paintings are kind of... Adolf Hitler wasn't even admitted to art school, and his paintings were better. It didn't involve degeneracy with aliens. Speaking of Hitler and aliens, I need to show this again, because, well... Yeah, it's appropriate. Okay. Anyways. One of the first paintings Huggins ever made was of him and Crescent having sex. The painting's not really all that good. Yeah, that's what I said. She was on top of me. I reached my climax. Then she and the insect being leave. What? So yeah, while they were fucking, the insect was washing? What kind of degeneracy is this?
I have no idea.
Why would there be like third parties present? At least if you're going to have someone there looking at you, thinking ugly, at least get a human who can confirm this. Well, then again, I don't know. Maybe he only, he would be kind of shy in presence of a human, but aliens, maybe being watched by an alien actually turns him on. Again, I don't judge. It's not my cup of tea. It would be actually funnier if this, humanoid female alien was the one who watched, and he was actually fucking that praying mantis. Also, female praying mantis, at least on Earth, just chop over, eat the head of the male after copulation. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, they eat the male's head to assert their dominance, apparently. Like feminists.
Maybe because brains are just tasty. Well, how little brains there are in an head. I know.
I'm actually surprised that no one has ever done the comparison between a feminist and a praying mantis.
Because praying mantis is actually, I would prefer praying mantis to a feminist any day.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, okay. Wait. Then she and the insect being leave. Can elaborate what was this insect alien doing there? Why? And also, is it like the situation with Han Solo and Chewbacca, where there are two aliens, buddies, and I don't think that Chewbacca is watching while Han Solo is getting tail. At least I hope it doesn't, or at least probably if he doesn't, Han probably doesn't know about it. Oh, yeah. Let's not get too degenerate. It's probably even worse than official canon, where Lando may be fucking a robot. Dirty robosexual. Similar paintings fill his apartment. They are surreal and a little childlike. Well, again, not all children draw, sex with aliens, but who knows? Dominated by deep blue and blues and greens. Oh, children's paintings dominated by deep blues and greens. So I guess Picasso was a child during his blue period. Also, those paintings involve outdoors, and guess what? Outdoors usually, those greens are like grass and trees, and blues, sky.
And how are those depicted?
About do I have those open? Like for example, let's see this. Yeah, guess why there's a lot of green and blue? Sky and vegetation. Well, the aliens are wearing blue, but maybe coincidental. I don't know. So, anyways, let's. This is another thing that sets Huggins apart from most people with alien adoption stories. Wait. Are you saying that most of them aren't childish?
Well, at least most of them are kid-friendly and don't involve people fucking the aliens.
Well, maybe they don't actually depict this, but even in that episode of Penn and Teller bullshit, some of them actually mentioned, having.
Well, Penn and Teller's not a kids show, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those other encounters with aliens tell stories. Well, they don't draw the sexual acts. Well, usually they aren't artists, so their drawings are usually kind of.
I'll say, this is the second person I ever heard about that claims to have had sex with aliens. So,
well, I think some of them on that show, more than one of them said. Well, I don't know. I've seen this years ago, so I might be.
Yeah, we'd have to go back and watch that one.
Also, I might be confusing with other documentaries because I've seen documentaries both done seriously and really really tongue in cheek about those abductees, and this claim isn't that rare. And not all of them say about this, but quite a few. Yeah, I remember. Don't know what percentage, but it's not all that rare. Yeah, I'll leave it vague like that. So it happens. I think it's the same. Again, those kind of stories were not rare even like in history, but before people attributed those to aliens, those would be encounters with fairies or sprites or other mythical
angels, demons.
Yeah, but other than that, by the way, Carl Sagan in his book Demon Ridden World or something, Science as a Candle in the Light, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, he draws parallels between like medieval stories about encounters with fairies and being taken to their like celestial castles, with modern alien abduction stories, and there are quite a few parallels. So it might be the same. The reason why people believe they were meeting fairies back then is the same reason why people think that they are abducted by aliens. Some sort of hallucination caused by there are a lot of things that can cause you to hallucinate. So it's the fact that those stories are so similar means that probably the same phenomenon responsible for both.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so he paints. He paints his encounters. It started in 1987 when Huggins started remembering details from early visits. Wait. So what? It almost sounds like he forgot about it, but suddenly remembered, or maybe he was just making shit up on the spot and thought he was remembering that.
Probably.
That's interesting phrasing. Okay, let's see. He says the deluge was triggered by Bud Hopkins's book Intruders: The Incredible Visitations at Copley Woods. So he read a book about this kind of stuff and then suddenly remembered things that happened to him, but he forgot about. Jeez, so convenient. Almost, it's so similar to him just being full of shit. so incredible. Okay. It was like a compulsion. I was being led to the book. Oh yeah, he says in the film. There is this chapter, Other Women, Other Men, and I start reading it, and I go, oh my god, this is the woman I never told anyone about. So she was like
going around sleeping with other crazy people, not just him. Oh, shit. Oh, what a fucking thought.
Yeah.
Space thought. As I was reading it, memory upon memory came flooding back. That's why you shouldn't read this kind of literature while, tripping balls. Not speaking from experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reading it. Remember the other one. They wouldn't stop. They don't stop. They come in. They don't stop coming. And they don't stop coming. Why am I getting back to the Shrek jokes again? It's kind of fitting. Oh, he was only 8 years old. Imagine if she actually looked like Shrek. Somebody wants fucking. Well, let's continue. We need to finish at least this article. Okay, yeah. I was so scared. You're scared now? Well, I guess if you suddenly start remembering crazy shit from the past that probably never happened, yeah, it's a bit scary. It seemed like he was almost going crazy from not being able to process these experiences that happened to him. Well, almost going crazy. You sure it was almost? What were they? Why him? It really sounded like he was losing his grip on his life and reality. Gee, I wonder why. Abrams told me. And then apparently he got his messages, or got this message from the beings that he should paint the experiences, and so he's hearing voices in his head. And that proves that he's not crazy. Oh, this is fucking golden. As soon as he started doing that, it changed him. Yeah, okay. So, if you suspect you might be going crazy, and then you're hearing voices in your head saying you're not crazy, maybe those voices are not very reliable. Just saying. Usually when a person starts hearing voices, yeah. Anyways, he said it was a release. Oh, I bet there was, it was a release when he first met this crescent. There was some release. Alien Bukake. He was able to sleep for the first time in weeks. Gee, if he had, sleep deprivation for so long, he can hear voices and see things and remember stuff that never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep deprivation is a hell of a drug.
Trust me. This is how I did most of my written essays, is with a lack of sleep. That's when you write the most bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially if you keep use some little chemical helper to keep you awake, then
Yeah.
You can. Oh yeah, let's finish this article. 100-something paintings. Wow, maybe he was using some chemical helpers for productivity.
Probably.
It is art therapy. I don't know if that's how David would describe it, but that was a big part of what I wanted to show too. Well, it's kind of, his claim to fame was those paintings, so yeah, show those paintings. Otherwise, having a documentary about him without showing those paintings, yeah, that would be weird.
Worthless, yeah.
Yeah, once he found a way to show the rest of the world, photographic cameras were invented long, long ago. When he was a child, getting a camera wasn't all that expensive. I'm just saying that there are better ways to show the world. Just not paintings. A couple of photos would be probably better, but again, I guess that those are not just aliens, those are vampire aliens. You can take a photograph of them. How convenient! Yeah, 100-something. Once he found a way to show the rest of the world, or even just himself, what happened visually through art, he was able to process, making sense of, and come to peace with whatever it was happened to him. Yeah, because nothing helps more than just getting self-indoctrinated even more. That totally screwed him more than it did before, right? What makes Love and Saucers a very good documentary about a man who paints himself having sex with aliens is that Abrams lays out the details of Huggins' story. Because having a documentary about someone without laying out his story is normal, right?
Apparently.
Unless viewers come to their own conclusions. That's what documentaries are supposed to be. Because if you already put the conclusion in the movie and tell people what to think about it, it's not documentary. It's called agitprop.
Docuganda.
Yeah. Documentaries are supposed to be like have some open-endedness to it. Just present facts and let people, conclude on their own. Are we living in such a world that this approach is almost sensational? It should be normal. Come on. Its core, Love and Sorcerers, is a film about belief. Yeah, well, it's not about fact for sure. The first half is Huggins telling his own story, but the second half is interviews with his friends and neighbors. Well, again, it's kind of, if you're making a documentary about a guy, it makes sense to interview people who knew him. Duh. How is it like? It's like whoever wrote this article has never seen a documentary in their life. Like, yeah, it's like documentary about the guy, and they talk to guy, and they talk to other people who know his guy. Oh, yeah. What a novel concept. Some of them weren't aware of Huggins' encounters beforehand. Well, at least he's not like doesn't behave like a vegan and telling everyone about this. But they all believe him. They believe him even though they didn't even know about that. And some unconditional belief. Imagine that. Oh, I didn't know that he was, fucking aliens and having alien babies. But I believe him. Now you told me that. That's a bit how you're doing. Listen and believe.
Yeah.
Come on. I know that nowadays the word skeptic became like a bad word, but come on, people. Be skeptical. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's Jeffrey Kripal. Jeffrey. A professor of philosophy and religious thought at Rice University in Texas. Oh, geez. Well, is it? I wonder where was this Rice University? Is it by any chance in Austin?
Rice University?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Let's
look it up.
Rice University. Let's see. Is there like a Wikipedia page? It's commonly known as William Marsh Rice University. Commonly known as Rice University is a private research university located on a 300-acre campus in Houston, Texas. Oh, it's Houston. Well, if it was in Austin, I would say that these people are probably so high that they would believe anything. But Houston,
probably,
yeah, Houston would have a problem. Okay, he spent the early part of his career studying erotic mysticism, which led him to study alien Russian literature. See, told you there were parallels with people in the ancient times believing all sorts of weird shit like this.
Yeah.
The whole history of religion is essentially about weird beings coming from the sky and doing strange things to human beings. Well, if you put it this way, yes, makes sense. But it's well, actually, he has a point, because in the ancient times, well, even in Christianity, you could say that there's some, depending on what kind of Christians you ask, but Jesus was the Son of God and the mortal woman, so who knows how that came to be? It depends on how you interpret the text. In the ancient, more ancient religions, those is like deity fucking and weird beings fucking and spirit fucking and other stuff. Yeah, that was commonplace. So yeah, it's if you think about this, yeah, it makes sense that nowadays people who were quote unquote abducted by aliens would fuck them. Okay, strange things to human beings, and historically those events or encounters have been framed as angels or demons or gods or goddesses or what have you. Yeah, because they didn't have pop culture references to aliens. Those encounters were ascribed to aliens only after the idea of aliens became mainstream. Makes sense. Funny how in those times none of those demons or angels or whatever said, "Oh yeah, we came from another planet that orbits another star." It's almost as if all these stories are made up. Those aliens started telling that they were from different planets only when this idea became got into zeitgeist. And historically, those
or what have you. But in the modern sort of secular world we live in, they get framed as science fiction. He says in Love and Sources. Yeah, makes sense. That's what I said earlier. So yeah, good on you, Jeffrey. Whatever your surname is pronounced. Yeah. Yeah. This Jeffrey, whose surname I don't know how to pronounce, believes Huggins. Or what do you mean believes? Believes as in you believe that Huggins is not making shit up? As in Huggins actually thinks he's telling the truth? Or you believe that actually aliens came and fuck him? Because that's important. He says that mix of terror and euphoria Huggins describes lines up with age-old descriptions of humans encountering the sacred. Well, that's the thing. Just because those humans think they encountered something doesn't mean something happened. You know, what kind of belief are we talking about? You believe that those people are not lying to you, or you believe that actually happened? Yes, depending on the answer, maybe this guy, engages in some extracurricular activities involving substance abuse. Probably doesn't. It's professor from a probably leftist university, so of course he's smoking something. Not that there's anything wrong with it necessarily. Okay, anyways, plus details of Huggins' abductions mirror those described by other people this guy has interviewed who believe they've had supernatural experiences. So people believe that's why Mass Effect had those alien romancing parts. That's what people always wanted to fuck weird beings from different planes of existence. I'm surprised that not many games outside of certain genre that comes from Japan are involved fucking weird creatures. Anyways, I'm completely convinced they are not lying. Well, I like how he is kind of vague here. They're being very sincere, but again, it is an entirely different question. What it is entirely different question, and what's there and that's where I think we need a lot more humility. He says so. He's trying to say that these people believe they're telling the truth, but he kind of hints at that just because they believe it doesn't mean that actually he's being polite. What I'm saying. Those people believe that what they're telling actually happened, but if it actually happened, well, of course it didn't, but I won't say it because that would be a bit rude, wouldn't it? Especially since he, it's actually, I think it's supposed to be like his, study he's doing. So if he studies those people, then he has to play along it in some capacity. If he's just telling that, well, it's bullshit, then other people wouldn't probably come to him talking about those experiences. So yeah, being diplomatic, helps there. Hey, whether or not you think Huggins has literally been having sex with aliens, well, maybe he has, but not not that kind of aliens. Maybe like more illegal aliens. Oh, Juanita, you are so otherworldly. Yeah. For the past 50 years, what's apparent is that Huggins himself believes it. Yeah. A lot of people believe all sorts of weird shit. I consider that this man isn't lying and that he's communicating something that he's experienced, but it doesn't have to be taken literally. Gee, you don't say. Someone cannot be crazy but still claim to have these completely... Wait. Crazy people actually believe the things that happen to them. So
that's why they're called crazy instead of dishonest.
Well, some crazy people actually know that they're crazy, but just because you know that those voices in your head aren't real doesn't make those voices stop. Which is actually
very true.
Yeah, it's really sad. Well, at least people, crazy people who know that they are crazy, they are more likely to seek treatment on their own, even though to say at least those medications somewhat work, and you still have to take those pills with a lot of side effects, but at least for some people they actually make them help the keep symptoms at bay. So that's something, I guess. Still sucks, but anyways, someone can not be crazy but still have those completely unexplainable experiences, or someone can be crazy and claim to have those experiences, and be sincere. And what I think is more, because usually people who lie about these things, those aren't crazy, the crazy ones. Usually those liars are pretty sane. That's why I mentioned Gail. I think she's just being an epic troll. Well, I'll show. Maybe we'll take a look at a couple of her videos.
Time to indulge.
Huh?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, time to indulge our heathen curiosity on the Gale.
Yeah. If you've never heard of her, you are in for a surprise. Well, the article is almost over. Okay. What I think is more fascinating than whether or not the truth is out there is what stories like Huggins say. What stories like Huggins's say about the impulse to explain away what we do not understand, and our limited ability to interpret all the sensations, neurons that come. So this is this text about text sensations, experiences, and all randomly firing neurons that come with being human. Well, it's an interesting question to ponder, but when I asked Huggins why he thinks the beings appear to him, he said, "I have a feeling that tens of millions of people, perhaps hundreds of millions, have had similar experiences." So it's like Earth is a galaxy brothel where just aliens go there to.
Maybe it is.
Well,
maybe the whoreness of humanity is galactically known, or even universal.
Imagine like millions of aliens come to Earth to fuck, and none of them.
Basically, Earth is the universe's Amsterdam.
But David Schratt still can't get laid.
Yeah.
Because even aliens have standards.
Yep. Sad. Weirdly. By the way, I just shared something. If we can talk about that next, it's brand new. Chuck Schumer got a $50,000 donation from Facebook, and his daughter got a job at Facebook.
Well, one less Facebook nowadays. Not that I haven't used it like in months, and
anyway, I'll go into the bathroom for a few minutes.
Let's finish this real quick.
All right.
When I asked Huggins why he thinks, millions have had similar experiences, mainly as children.
Why? Wait. Are they implying that it's now children who are having sex with aliens with that last bit?
Well, I guess what kind of similar experiences? His first experiences were just weird creatures appearing to him, which I guess makes sense that a child would see something like that, given that children have wild imaginations and don't understand how world works fully. Well, not that adults understand, but at least adults are more grounded in reality. But usually people, whether they when they grow up, they leave the childish things behind. Everyone believed in aliens when they were young.
Yeah, and all that other weird shit like ghosts.
Yeah, at least, my first sexual experience was with a human. By the way, I welcome everyone to take this phrase out of context. My first experience was with a human.
That's a great quote.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that all of my sexual encounters were with humans, but maybe some of them actually were undercover aliens. I don't know. One of them, one of my girlfriends actually, she didn't claim to be an alien, but when I learned what kind of bullshit she believes in, I wouldn't be surprised if she believed that aliens come to Earth to fuck.
You paranoid crazy type?
No, not paranoid crazy type. She's just like kind of like a new age bullshitty type.
Oh.
Yeah.
I met those kind of people.
In my defense, she didn't sound that crazy, before. Well, it's like, this is the kind of craziness that reveals itself, later. Anyway, let's not even talk about that. Well, okay, Darren actually, told us not to reveal too much about our personal lives to internet.
I know. I don't talk about my personal life at all, except for hey, I got this gun. That's about it.
So you admit to being an homosexual?
Oh yeah, guilty as charged.
Well, tell your state representatives that they are repressing your sexuality by, limiting the kind of guns you can own.
Yeah.
So they're being bigots. Cis heteronormative bigots. Okay, anyways. That's all I can say, really say. But I think as children, we are so open to things that these beings can appear to us. Or, children are open to things that they make up, or, just, what's the saying? Children are, looking at world uncritically and accept any bullshit as fact. Yeah, that's not exactly, helpful to his point he's trying to make.
No.
That these beings can appear to us. Yeah. Inside of this clip of SpongeBob saying, imagination.
Mhm.
I know I never closed up on it because it has continued through my whole life. So yeah, he didn't grow up. 11 Sources is available to watch on a number of platforms here. Okay, so it's like an on-demand, TV special. Yeah. Sign up for our newsletter. No thanks. But by the way, by Vice standard, it's actually a decent article. I'm surprised.
Yeah, because it's not talking about politics. That's why.
Yeah, well, even when they're not talking about politics, the articles usually are more degenerate. But this is, the topic is degenerate, but the article is not, which is really surprising. Again, it's the article. It's this outlet that, was it Vice or Vox that's, had articles about some bestiality and incest and other degenerate.
I don't know. They're all interchangeable.
Salon, not it's Salon. What you would expect from Salon? Of course, they are into some degenerate shit. But
Well, yeah, they released an article for pedophile apologia, so then that means they're probably apologists for other forms of
they
degenerate
are
sexual acts.
pedophilia, bestiality, incest, several times I think, and at least they didn't. At least to my knowledge, they didn't defend necrophilia. There were other outlets that defended necrophilia, but again, at least to my knowledge, Salon didn't yet.
Even from a left-wing perspective, how can you defend necrophilia? I mean, if it's all about consent, how the fuck can a dead body consent?
Well, then again, the dead body cannot not consent because it's, well, again, maybe if this body while it was still alive consented to this, while I die, you can, pound me, my dead body is. So, I guess you can make us make the.
It's not going to work as well as good old-fashioned freedom.
Huh?
Oh, never mind.
Old-fashioned
freedom.
It is old-fashioned, but anyways. What I'm trying to say is that, from a legal perspective, maybe if someone who is alive and says, after my death, you can, pound my body. Well, from a legal perspective, it's no different than just allowing to, use your, dead body for spare parts for others. And, you're dead, so legally, if someone, allows it, why not? But from the perspective of, why the fuck would you even want that? That's a different story. Anyways, let's not even get into this. Even though we are called Ultradegeneracy, but
at least we're not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't even know what you'd call that.
Yeah. Well, there was this guy, Tariq Musa, is like a, one of those SJW types. He wrote articles.
Oh, Tariq.
Well, not that Tariq.
Okay.
He's also a POC SJW degenerate, but actually he's worse than the other Tariq because he wrote at least 3 articles. He also was, I think, he was anti-Gamergate, and he wrote an article in defense of incest, an article in defense of bestiality, and an article in defense of necrophilia.
Gamergate was a problem.
Way to export your own culture, Tariq. Way to export your culture of go fucking.
Well, that's the funny thing. If you look at those, anti-Gamergate crowd, there's so much degeneracy there, like literal degeneracy. Because let's be frank, even though it's possible for someone who is not into dog fucking to defend dog fucking, usually those who defend dog fucking are at least maybe they want to be dog fuckers or
Yeah.
That's kind of is.
Yeah, they're probably into the acts. They're just too embarrassed to do it because if people found out they were a dog fucker, it's just like, well, there goes anyone wanting to be within 4 miles of you ever again.
Yeah, and also, well, sometimes I guess what he was going for is like being a devil's advocate. No, not quite defending it, but it was obviously defense of these degenerate acts.
Yeah,
because again, when it's something is socially unacceptable, the best way to defend it is to play devil's advocate because you have enough plausible deniability to say, "Oh no, I'm not into that." You just don't deny it too hard because it becomes a case of lady doth protested too much.
Yeah, again, it's just like those with the loudest voices usually have the most to hide.
Yeah, so it's again, it's interesting, but again, usually. Also, speaking of degeneracy defenders, Adam from You Movie Sucks actually is a defender of non-abusive, animal fucking. So, even though he says that he's personally not into that, but well, then again, he's actually a furry and a prominent furry. So,
so then that's him. Yeah, he's trying to hide behind his own, stuff that he's into.
Yeah. So again, the way that, well, again, nobody should be surprised that quite a lot of furries are into actual, not pretend animal fucking, but actual animal fucking. Gee, it's almost as if it was,
Some stereotypes turn out to be true for a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that all furries are, into that, but enough to the stereotype.
Yeah.
So let me grab a coffee real quick, and we look at some Gail videos. I wonder what kind of new videos. I think she actually made a video about. Oh shit! If I find this video, we should watch that because it's about. A while back, even like before Trump ran for president, there was about a video she made about sentient taco and burrito that illegally entered the U.S. and then they took our jobs.
Really?
If you haven't seen those, those taco and burrito, sentient taco and burrito actually were featured in quite a few of her videos, and if you haven't seen it, you're in for surprises. It's fucking gloriously crazy. Yeah, and it's how it's fun. It's fun. Funny thing is actually kind of based on real life. So I was like, in her in her worldview, there's like this the evil. It's not Illuminati. It's pretty sure it's like Jesuits. Although given the kind of context is probably a different group that starts with Jew, not Jesuits. But it's imagine all the craziest alt-right conspiracy theories, and make them just a bit crazier, and you get her. So those Jesuits tried to import a lot of illegal aliens for their nefarious purposes. But it got out of control, and those taco and burrito started breeding so much that they took everyone's job, including jobs of those Jesuits. So they fuck, we're out of job now. This is the funniest thing ever. Imagine being a part of this shadowy organization bent of world domination, and your own plan just dethroned you, and you were replaced. They are just marching on the streets. You will not replace us.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this crazy shit more than I probably should. But I'll be right back, and we'll take a look at some of this because it's performance art, as far as I'm concerned.
So, who's still by their computer?
I am.
I am.
Okay. Oh, okay, so it's us three again.
And I just found, well, I found something on the Twitter. If you guys want to follow this link,
What is it?
it's nothing illegal. It's just something funny.
Ah,
All right. All right, let's take a fucking look. Oh, that's rich.
That's
That
just
is
a little bit of coincidental irony that just makes me mad. That would make my day.
dear
Yeah.
God, that picture below the tweet, we PewDiePie. One word, N-word.
oh my God, that's a good form of this meme. Oh, finally, finally, Elite updated. Jesus fuck.
What's updating?
Elite Dangerous. For some reason, it sort of takes a while for the bar to appear, and I just left it to do it in the background, and I hadn't checked it in a few hours.
Hmm.
There was something that.
Oh, what?
I've been downloading a couple of Steam games myself. Super Meat Boy is free at the Epic Games store.
Is that so?
Yeah. I've been trying to install most of the games from my Steam library, at least the ones that I barely used.
Or the one I shared on Discord, it's Daisy Ridley with the sign, "Guess who's going to find a girlfriend in 2019?" And then it's Anakin. I see through the lies of the Jedi.
Oh, I remember someone edited that sign. That scientist said, "Guess who's not going to find a GFA at this 2019? You." Oh God, that fuck you, Cube. How the hell is that? Oh, he welded it, and then he wrote "fuck you."
I'm back. What did I miss? And then
You missed a great tweet.
It's my last link. You can watch it. You can share it. It's funny.
let's see. Actually,
It's one of those little happy accident and coincidences of life.
and what the fuck? Oh, sorry. I didn't open it on the screen. One moment. Okay, so
There it is.
I'm leaving this here because if you flip brown, it looks like N-word, and I'm
Well, if you read it backward, it's N-word. N-word backward is brown.
It reminds me of this joke about how a lot of black people have their pants sagging, and if you reverse the word sagging, it becomes niggas.
Oh shit! That's right. That's right. Holy shit!
Okay. Anyways, let's take a look at the Church of Gale.
Yeah.
No, her mythos.
One person watching. Holy shit!
Oh, I know this woman.
What the fuck?
Because she's married to, well, according to her, to Brett Spiner, the guy who played Data in Star Trek Next Generation. And, well, he actually is better because not only is he flying on a spaceship, it's a spaceship built by Jesus. I guess, yeah, Star Trek is cool and all, but was any ship there built by Jesus? I think not. Yeah, no. Take that, Star Trek.
Are those fucking morons?
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna share the link.
Wait a minute, Gail is married to the guy who played Data on Star Trek?
She's married to him. He does not agree with that, but that guy is actually just a fake one, replaced by the Jesuits. The real one is actually on a spaceship built by Jesus flying around.
Here's the link. You want people who are fucking morons? Here's some sort of school toddler choir, and they lit fireworks indoor.
Oh, so they didn't read the
manual.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Hey, they transformed New York into Baghdad.
Yeah.
I can't blame the kids. I blame the adults who were.
No, the problem is the adults, but still.
Well, kids.
Guess what teacher isn't gonna have a job next year? This one.
Yeah, it's like that's not a good idea. Someone actually could get really hurt if
Yeah.
I'm sure that those fireworks had the instructions saying that for outdoor use only, and
yeah, burn down the whole fucking school.
Yeah, you could start a fucking fire with this.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
It's full of normie shit, but 9gag can find. You can have some pearls sometimes.
Yeah. So okay, let's. Which one should we take a look at? Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey versus Alex Jones. Hate mob. Oh, dude, I don't know. It's probably not very crazy. I'm sure that. Well, let me find the one about sentient burritos. That was Miss Windows Movie Maker. Oh, jeez. Of course she is Windows Movie Maker.
Windows Movie Maker
proves Gale is sane. Yeah, it's just a conspiracy, obviously. Windows Movie Maker died. Oh, wait. What does it mean, died? Video editor. Well, it's like on her computer, or because, well, if it died on her computer, then she probably should reinstall Windows, or even reinstall Windows Movie Maker. How can you even fuck it so hard that it doesn't work anymore? I don't know. Or does she mean that Microsoft stopped supporting it or something? Because I don't think it. I don't know. Do I look like someone who uses Windows Movie Maker? I mean, even I have standards. Brent Spiner's Jesus transcription. Jesus speaks. Yeah, that's. Imagine being married to a guy, a famous guy, who also, on speaking terms with Jesus and flies on a spaceship. Maybe that's. But he's being hunted down by evil Jesuits who allowed a lot of illegal sentient burritos into the country, and then lost their jobs to those offspring of those burritos. When you put it like that, it kind of sounds silly.
Dude, her blogs are more unhinged. Holy shit.
Well, I think that she actually might be a very dedicated troll, because even though the subject matter is really crazy, the way she speaks is way too coherent. If you've ever heard crazy people speak, that's. I'm not saying that all crazy people are incoherent, but usually they are. So it's really a exception, not a rule. Gale, who has genius emotional IQ, analyzes Laurie McBride. Word of advice: don't brag about your genius IQ. Unless you want to be, reviled just like David Schratt. How Gale makes difficult decisions for Jesus, because apparently Jesus needs her to make decisions for him. Oh, Laurie McBride, the Antichrist. Obey Gale commandments, mandatory. Oh.
God damn it!
Trying to become a cult leader or something.
I think she is.
So, James Jones 2-1. Let's get gone, people.
Brent Spiner and Zack Knight. Oh, yeah, Zack Knight is supposed to be like a leader of the not Illuminati, the Jesuits. If that there is a kind of famous Zack Knight who is like a musician or something, but I don't know. It's like random celebrity becomes not like a huge celebrity, because I didn't know who Zack Knight was before I learned about Gale. But if that's even the same Zack Knight, Black Knight makes Bible for tribulation saints. Jesuit Bible. The fuck? Ugh. Laurie McBride excommunicated. No. Death penalty to create human clones. Conspiracy law. What? Death penalty to create human clone. Oh. Okay, yeah. So she proposes a death penalty to those who attempt to clone humans.
What? Why?
Must Nukaki Israel. Evil Jew clones worse.
The real Jews. Oh, we should watch this. Even if I get a strike for that, it's worth it. Because made specifically for our, this is like perfectly made for our show.
Yeah, cue it up.
Ala Nukaki Nagasaki.
By the way, yeah, she talked about this. Jesuit tried to nukake the world or something, and then let's not get into this deep lore because it involved. I'll go crazy if I even repeat all this lore. But
you mean you already aren't? You aren't already?
Well, more than already.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, don't speak this name in vain. He's too busy fixing the spaceship he built for Brett Spiner. Because all evil Jesuits infected their computers with a virus that turned the user, makes the user, change biological sex. So you don't need a HRT, a dilation station, nothing. Just get a Jesuit computer virus and your sex will change. Shred that. He doesn't have to suffer. Just get the virus and voila. Those Jesuits and their computer pranks. Let's play this because I actually haven't seen this one. Must Nukake Israel, evil Jew clones worse than real Jews, need final solution. That's the title of the video. Again, it's a perfect opportunity to take me out of context, saying this in my voice. Let us watch it.
Fellow Jews, I have declared myself the Empress of Israel. I am the King David woman, and I am qualified.
Listen, you're not the king if you're a woman. Yeah? Woman is
King David of women.
Ever heard of this? Oh, yeah, I shouldn't assume that yet. Yeah.
Holy crap, man.
Has been a conspiracy law honoring nation. We have an emergency. The ultimate form of anti-Semitism has taken place. Laurie McBride has put the real Jews in limbo and switched them out. Every single Jew in Israel, including Benjamin Netanyahu, with evil Jesuit clones. And they are now running Israel. And if they succeed in doing what they want, they will perpetuate all the myths about Jews, about us being money-hungry murderers and shrills to the whole world.
Because real Jews are, they don't care about money. They ever, they resent capitalism. They really hate money. No, they are into asceticism. All those, those Jews in that they are, bankers. Or those are fake Jews. They're cloned Jews. I wonder how long this operation was going on, because last I heard, those bank owners. That's kind of like family tradition. Goes back, to medieval times, because in medieval times it was, bad tone for good Christian to be a money lender. But for Jews, it wasn't a taboo, so that's why they did it, and that's why they, I guess those were also, clones. How long is it? Why all those conspiracies take like thousands of years to get to fruition? You think that they would be bored at some point?
Yeah, it's like, why do we need? It's just like the people are trying to perpetuate this. Like, why, if we trying to spend our whole lives trying to achieve this goal that we're not even going to see, or neither our great grandchildren are going to see? What's the fucking point?
Well, they like the process. It's fun, I guess.
Must be.
Well, the thing is, they really don't want the going to know about their evil master plan.
Yeah, must be.
But no, I mean that was a joke. But you know, go ahead.
I'm surprised that nobody said, "Oh, the goyim knows about our fake Jews." Like, shut it down.
This is a serious, serious threat. They plan to infiltrate every facet of media and government to collect.
They plan.
Here we go.
They plan. It's like.
So she means it didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
No, the Jews aren't in the media or Hollywood yet, or the government or central banking yet. Ben Bernanke, he apparently wasn't Jewish.
Oh, maybe
Bernie Madoff wasn't Jewish either.
Maybe she's saying that now, media is full of real Jews, but they fake Jews are trying to infiltrate it, to take it away from real Jews. Oh, that's some.
Ouch.
Some quality Jewspiracy right there.
Here it is. University bookstore worker stole 20,000 worth of textbook, police says. Oh man, I hope they recovered both of the books.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
All the shekels, and they call it the clone money. And
they call shekels the Jew clone money. Different from like normal Jew money, because shekels are kind of it's not like those clones invented those shekels. Jew clone money. Okay, let's go with Jew clone money.
This is such a serious threat that Zach Knight and I have determined that we need to Nukaki.
Wait, is she now in league with Zach Knight? When did that happen? I missed on some deep lore. And fucking hell! Since when is she like collaborating with the leader of Jesuits? What the hell? I need to catch up on her lore. some good stuff.
This is one weird ass anime. I'll tell you that.
Very.
Israel to stop them and to save us, the real Jews who are still alive. What you need to do to protect yourself, real Jews, okay, is that you need to take a pail of semen and paint the semen on your doorways and windows and leave it at that.
Yeah, I know what kind of anime is that.
Did I just hear that right?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Why do you think she called it Yukake? That's
really?
Yukake.
Paint your doors like Noah's people, like Moses' people did.
Yeah, but not with blood. With a different.
Come.
Yeah, Jews all over Israel. That's what she's saying.
What the hell, dude?
Told you this video is perfect for our stream, because after all, Ultradegeneracy and all that.
Yeah.
Qualifies as Ultradegeneracy, just
It's bad. It's just us four looking at this.
There's another viewer, if I recall.
Let's continue. This is going to be good.
If you don't do this, you may die. And then your imposter will take your place.
Yeah, but at least this imposter wouldn't jizz all over the door. So maybe it's an improvement.
Maybe.
Just a little bit lower.
Well, that's the thing. If you're just align your camera before starting recording, just saying. Also, she's off center yet still. Horizontally, at least vertically, it's better.
Here, so we've got to get going on this. This is an emergency. As you know, us Jews, we are very intelligent people, and we cannot allow these people to ruin the reputation of Israel to the world by taking.
Yeah, because that's it has perfect reputation before that. And
yeah, Israel had the best reputation in the world.
Reputation is to jizz all over the doors in all Israel. This will preserve the pure and untarnished reputation. Everyone will see, oh yeah, I hated Jews before, but now I see that they are such great people. They jizz all over their doors. So I love Israel now. Yeah, I'm a Zionist now.
Mm.
That makes sense. No, they didn't try it, so might have worked. How maybe they should how to prevent Palestine from just go to Palestine and jizz all over their doors. Take that, Hamas. That would be interesting tactic. No, nobody tried it before. Maybe that's how peace is achieved.
Yeah, this is how peace is achieved by coming all over your enemy's property.
Yeah. Maybe like Jews against Jesuits. By the way, let me find it appropriate. Okay. Since I need to play this, I don't know what it is.
So what do you do in this game? Well, the instructions say you're free to enjoy semen. Oh, no! It's seaman! Seaman! Not semen. As in jizz! Splooge! Man, bazooka juice!
Yeah, I had to play this, and I'm not sorry.
Man, bazooka juice is an interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
Over us and replacing us with evil clones.
Yeah, they will. You will not replace us.
I cannot be replaced because I am not a clone and I cannot be cloned. I am the Empress of Israel.
Yeah. You know what? That's exactly what a clone would say. I'm not a clone.
Oh, yeah, lesser queen.
And yet, well, obviously she's not into physics because she would know that an aluminum hat would only act as an antenna.
Well, I think that it's all just a ruse. It's performance art, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coherent. She has a ongoing lore, and there's some plot. Some plot developments. It gets crazier and crazier, but there's a plot and plot lines that come together. Even some arcs, wrap it up. So yeah, it's a bit too coherent for a crazy person, but who knows?
Hey guys, I have over 3,050 meters per second of delta V. Where should I go?
I don't know.
I have. I'm sure I could at least go to Duna.
You should go. Find that spaceship built by Jesus, where Brett Spiner and the team are traveling. Just take a look at that ship.
I'm not exactly sure that I.
Computer built by Jesus. Just make sure to wipe out the hard drive before turning it on. If there's still this virus that changes David into Davina.
Yeah, I managed to get my ship into orbit, except I needed a quite huge booster. Hold on. Let me show you. It's basically, I'm gonna put I think it's only 60 tons. Well, unloaded, but still. The Argon.
Let's finish this.
There it is. Like, that's the separation. That's a booster.
It actually kind of looks a bit something from Star Trek, especially on the cockpit.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's finish this video.
What I just said. Okay, let me tell you something else. The real Brett Spiner, who's a fellow Jew like myself, is furious about this. Some Jew clones are going to escape our Nukaki. We are expecting this, so we want you to know what they're like. These Jew clones, it's hard to tell the difference between a regular Jew and a clone Jew.
Well, they're saying those clones are evil, but it's hard to tell difference, but tell them apart from real Jews. What are you saying here? Okay, let's continue.
Jew clones have big, ugly noses. They are always.
God.
I just
Oh,
realized
she
something.
did not.
Shut up. I realized something. You know how a lot of a lot of Jews are like we are fellow white people, and how bad are all those fellow white people? How evil we are, right? And then turns out that the Jew.
Right.
She's doing the same, but like in opposite. She's like a fellow Jewish person, and talks about the need for final solution and how those evil fake, quote unquote, fake Jews have ugly big noses. It's just come on, it's a troll. Well, again, I think she's the most dedicated troll like, in existence. It's actually ingenious. I don't think she's actually crazy.
That's fucking beautiful.
To be true, but again, if you pretend to be crazy, you can get away with stuff like this. I mean, again, it's on YouTube. It's called Jew clones worse than real Jews need final solution, and it's still on YouTube.
Oh my
God! I look for less. Seriously. Yeah. One of my videos was removed, video making fun of Laura Loomer. I think just because of the background song, what a show, don't guess me. That was enough. But this is a video called "We Need a Final Solution," and it's fucking. Yeah. If you pretend to be, crazy, just you can get away with anything. Let's hear again how she describes those evil fake Jews.
Regular Jew and a clone Jew. These clones have big, ugly noses. They are always wringing their hands when they see money. They take their
Oh my god!
Damn!
Savage.
It's fucking perfect.
Money. They take their wives' black bras and cut off one of the cups, then walk around with them on their heads. I'm wearing this.
What?
She's saying that the yarmulke is actually one cup of a bra. So
I always knew something was off about Ben Shapiro.
This is epic.
Damn!
We would have started with this, where we have more viewers. That's part of the stream.
It's a shame. What a shame.
Okay, let's continue.
As a kippah, this is not meant to be a tinfoil hat, but it probably will function as that. As a kippah, to show that I respect Judaism and I am not trying to desecrate Jews. But
because nothing says respect as just like saying you should go and jizz all over your doors.
Yeah.
Utmost respect.
There's evil among us who have big noses and love money.
But those are fake Jews,
Hello,
hate money.
Hello, fellow chosen people of Israel.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do shit today?
By the way,
are we going to take for the banks today?
Machi does a better job.
Oi, fucking vey.
See. Oi, vey. Oi, vey. That fucking song.
Jew clones are desecrating our Jewish faith. They are making us look evil. If they succeed in replacing us, the whole world will believe that the Jewish race is a money-hungry crime organization. Like
People will believe it in the future, maybe.
So it's like she's describing pretty much every human in existence.
What the hell is up with her disrespected the Merchants Guild? Jesus Christ, woman.
Yeah, Seth will not be pleased. Okay.
My God.
The mafia. These Jew clones have big, ugly noses. They're always wringing their hands when they see money. They take their wives' black bra, cut off one of the cups, and walk.
Hold on. They're always wringing their hands when they see money, like that picture of Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah. Hand rubbing intensifies. If someone accuses you of anti-Semitism, you can tell, well, those are. I'm not making fun of Jews. I'm making fun of
her.
Those evil Jew clones. Real Jews are nothing like that. They jizz all over their doors. They're good guys, obviously. We should watch her videos on every stream.
Yeah, that should be a new part. Time.
Oh hell yeah!
Weekly special. This is fucking golden.
They like to get jobs in the entertainment and banking industry, and they control the mainstream media with their Jew clone propaganda. And George Soros is probably.
Oh, there we go.
Yo, Gail.
Do you like this pause face? I'm screenshotting it.
Yo, Gail, I got a little noise for you. You know what that sound is, right?
D&D dice.
A shekel. It's a shekel for you. We're gonna pay you in shekels, Miha. You know too much.
And you hear a knock on the doors, like boom, boom, boom. Mossad, it's the Mossad. Open up.
Mossad Gestapo must be the same thing, right?
At least they knock on the door, not jizz all over it.
Working with Lauren McBride at the head. He's kind of.
So Lauren McBride is now the evil genius behind Jesuits. Not Zack Knight. When did that happen? I really need to catch up.
Blood himself. They're always trying Lauren McBride at the head. He's kind of Jewish blood himself.
Wait, Lauren is a man?
Apparently.
Well, again, Lauren Southern is a man legally in Canada, so no.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is great.
They're always trying to play the victim, but are usually scheming against you secretly the whole time. And
I forgot. Lauren Southern is a man, and a man in, I think, Alberta has legally changed his sex to women, and now he pays less insurance.
Well, I guess they should get together.
That's just the guy we have. The guy it's just he thought it was bullshit, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of the system.
Yeah. Well, given that this is the reason why to do it, is this guy another one of those fake evil Jew clones who are all about the money?
I don't know.
Kind of sounds like what an evil fake Jew would do. Evil fake Jew clone. Okay, this is just that was yeah. I chose the best video to end the stream on. Let's finish it.
Yeah. Okay.
Lauren McBride has taken over Israel, and the real Benjamin Netanyahu, and everybody else is has been captured, and they're in limbo, and they've been replaced with Jesuit clones. She found a group of Jews that supported her and made evil clones of the rest. That's what she's done.
Well, they're not fake Jews then, if they are cloned from real Jews. I mean, that's how it works, right?
Yeah. Also, I need to speak to probably a rabbi or something, because apparently you can only be Jewish by your mother.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the Jewness. The Jew juice is in the mitochondria, since that's the only thing that is exclusively given by the mother.
Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the Jew.
The powerhouse of the bank.
So these evil clones are just like regular Jews, but way worse.
So she's saying regular Jews are pretty much like them, but not as bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Okay.
Yeah, she's a fellow Jewish person. I'm telling you, it's an act. It's a gloriously perfect tactic. Come on, how else would you get away with something like this on YouTube of all places?
Didn't they ban this edgy content?
This is fucking perfect. God. Really, I should subscribe and watch all of her videos. It's beautiful.
And Zack Knight thinks they're stuck in switch out limbo, and that's where people go when they're switched out. So
Switched out. Huh? Oh, like replaced with a clone. Okay. Now I get it.
Talking about replacing people with clones like they did with the Kid Spartan and Halo.
Well, you know, don't give them ideas. Half of those actual conspiracy theories are, sound like, a rip-off version of Deus Ex. Seriously, there's some conspiracy theories. I guess someone played Deus Ex way too many times, because literally the same thing. It's about augmentations and transhumanism and Illuminati running the show. It's like, it's I played Deus Ex. I know where this is going. Anyways, by the way, if I didn't make it clear enough, play Deus Ex if you haven't. The first one is the best one, and it's I think it's since the winter sale is still technically hasn't it's going on. You can still buy all Deus Ex games for like $10. Well, yeah, if you haven't, just do it. It's like 5 games. Well, the first Deus Ex, the Invisible War, which is then the mobile game, which we probably shouldn't even consider. It's kind of but then the Mankind Divided and the other one, Human Revolution, and then Mankind Divided. Well, again, 3 good games, and others can still $10 for 3 games. Yeah, it's a good deal, I think. Anyways, let's finish this.
People, we're going to have to nukaki the nation of Israel.
I'm tempted to cut out this clip and post it as a separate video. Yeah, we have to nukaki the nation of Israel, but I'll get a strike for that too. Come on. Obviously.
Now you need to do what I just said. Paint the semen on the our projections show.
Jeez, splooge.
I like how she just switched topic mid-sentence.
On the Israel. Now you need to do what I just said. Paint the semen on the our projections show that this problem will become a global problem, and we may need a final solution. Okay.
Oh, there we go. We have to jizz all over the world to make them. No, we're the real Jews, because that's what the real Jews do. Yeah. It's like, I knew that the door-to-door preachers were bad, but not that bad. Yeah, at least they won't do some degenerate shit like that when they leave. Well, at least this will prevent Jehovah's Witnesses from knocking on your door again. Yeah.
We may have to. We've got to nukaki Israel to protect the planet.
That's going on the soundboard. This is too good. Way too good. It is. It's gold. You can only by pretending to be crazy you can get away with saying this.
But we can after a nukaki destroys the land, we can go back in and rebuild it. But I have to
because nothing is better than living in like radioactive ruins. Who can rebuild? At least you can wipe off you wipe your door clean after your other kind of nukake.
The humanitarian mission to save the reputation of the Jewish race and to
by destroying Israel. We're going to save the Jews by destroying their homeland. Like, remember this clip from SpongeBob? We did it. We saved the city. Yes. I thought Laura Loomer came up with some bonkers shit. Yeah, there's no contest. Laura Loomer, you should level your shit up. Yeah.
Save Israel. The nukaki will kill all the Jew clones, but our Jesuit scientists have a way for the good Jews to protect themselves. Remember, take a pail of semen, paint the semen on your doorways and windows, and the nukaki won't kill you. I gotta go now. Gotta get this video out.
The bukkake won't kill you. Bukkake.
This is fucking perfect. I'm subscribing. This is, by the way,
Yeah,
recommended
rich.
videos is about banning people for edgy jokes. Guess at least for now she's. I hope her channel is safe because this treasure to humanity should never be lost. I mean,
Yeah, we got to make this a segment review with her most bonkers video to come out for the week.
It's official.
I'm downloading. By the way, yeah, I need to download at least this one because holy shit, it's fucking perfection.
I might download that later. Yeah.
Okay, look.
Dump the link in the Discord chat.
And by the way, here's just and here it is.
Thank you.
Shall we wrap it up or check another one?
Yeah. Let's wrap it up for tonight. It's getting slow.
Yeah, but it is. We ended it on a high note. Just come on, this is some good stuff. Anyways, to anyone who watched us until the end, well, thanks for sticking and leave a comment if you watched until this point because this is. This was one of those cases where the last segment was by far the best.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, but before we go, let me show a relevant meme. It's like how David likes to find all the
dog whistles
in everything and hidden messages, kind of like Vigilant Christian. That guy also sees subliminal messages. Well, if you look hard enough, you can find it.
Motherfucking guild posting is officially canon, and I am hyped for this.
Well, now we know that those are actually fake. Those are not real Jews. That are Jew clones. This is
Evil Jew man hero.
Iron Fist.
Guys, thanks for staying, and see you next time. Stay problematic, and as always, it was my privilege.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Año Nuevo. Digo, Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Anus.
What? Oh, okay, yeah. It's now I got it. Okay. Anyways, this was appropriate. Appropriate to wrap it up on our show's called Generous. So yeah, Happy New Anus.
Yeah.